just a policy number. You're our neighbors.
This is Primetime Sports, WGNS Murfreesboro, on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, streaming worldwide on wgnssports.com, and always at the game. The game. It's where you've had breakfast with the coaches since 1992. It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner. We'll talk to the coaches about their most recent games and their upcoming opponents. Now from News Radio WGNS, it's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner.
Well, good morning out there, everybody, and welcome into our coaches conversation here on a Saturday, January the 18th, and it is boys basketball week. Looking forward to our chance to come together here today to bring you some basketball news and information. We've got, again, boys this morning. Riverdale coming up here in just a couple of moments, followed by Smyrna and Blackman. John Dinkins will take that leg of the show. Then Danny Brewer is our middle reliever today with Laverne conversation at 9:45, Oakland at 10, Stewart's Creek at 10:15, and Rockvale at 10:30. Then I'll wrap us up with Siegel at 10:45, Eagleville at 11, and MTCS Cougar Corner heading your way at 11:15. So a busy show, and it has been a busy week. You know, last week we had Tuesday, then everybody that could moved up to Thursday because of the snow on Friday, but thankfully that didn't hang around too long and made way for some basketball this week on Tuesday, Friday, back to normal. It's kind of the first normal week back at it, and of course district play started this week. Give you a few scores in girls from last night. On the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard, Columbia Academy 50, MTCS 28, and it was Providence Christian 62-13 winners over Grace Christian. Lebanon defeated Laverne 61-25. It was Cookeville 56. That's from Tuesday. Smyrna 31. Last night it was Stewart's Creek handing Smyrna a 50-27 loss. That was a pretty close game for a long time. Boys was too. It's a rival for you, isn't it? Blackman defeated Riverdale 74-36. It was Oakland in girls beating Siegel 57-23. Also, let's see, we get that MTCS. I'm sorry, Community defeated Central Magnet 54-46 last night, and that Eagleville game is what I was looking for. There it is, Huntland 46, Eagleville 41. So those are the girl scores we had for you from last night. Columbia Academy defeated MTCS boys 71-48. The following are boys scores: Providence over Grace Christian 80-40, and Blackman last night defeated the Riverdale Warriors 54-26. Stewart's Creek gets by Smyrna. There we go, 69-57. And it was Laverne defeating Lebanon 62-48. Franklin County bests Central Magnet 65-57. And it was Siegel a winner 59-51 over the Oakland boys. And Tullahoma downs Central Magnet 77-42. Eagleville a big winner. They're 16-2 on the year. They beat Richland on Tuesday 59-45, and that's a matchup of two state-ranked teams. Then last night they blistered Huntland 70-26. We do have a link to the scoreboard at wgnssports.com. You can see all of the latest scores from there and keep updated on everything that is going on. All right, well, as we mentioned, first up, Riverdale, Smyrna, Blackman, and Laverne in the first hour. It's Oakland, Stewart's Creek, Rockvale, and Siegel in hour number 2. And then Eagleville at 11, MTCS Cougar Corner at 11:15. We've got the McDonald's coffee and sausage biscuits going. We've got the donuts from Donut Country. We're ready to get rolling here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner on News Radio WGNS Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Head over to J. Mullins Jewelry to check out their selection of rings, watches, custom designed jewelry, and much more. They're a local business located at 352 West Northville Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. They have gifts for all occasions, weddings, graduations, anniversaries, whatever you need, you can find it at J. Mullins Jewelry. That's at 352 West Northville Boulevard or online at mullinsjewelry.com.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
We fulfill all your tax preparation needs from individual returns to corporations and handle any of those scary letters you may get from the IRS.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. With over 2 decades of experience, our ASC certified master technicians are experts in both foreign and domestic vehicles, ensuring accurate diagnosis and timely, cost-effective repairs. From oil changes to major engine and transmission repairs, we've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly, mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and only $3.99. So what are you waiting for? Try them now.
You heard him. We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stop it! Drive like the wind, Debbie. Enjoy delicious new Crazy Puffs on the go for just $3.99. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Parks Auction. We handle everything.
Whether you're buying or selling a home or whether you're buying or selling commercial property, the auction is just so much easier, quicker, smoother.
My wife and I sold our personal home. Parks Auctions helped us with that. The house brought about 20% more than we were going to ask for.
Visit our website at parksauction.com to learn more.
Hey, there, 12 and a half now, $15.
Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
30, sold it to you.
If you need concrete work done, who would I call? Dan France Concrete. Here's why. He's local. He attended Walter Hill Elementary, Oakland, and MTSU. He served our community as a school resource officer for 9 years, and he's involved in the community.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Dan France Concrete is a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. Check out danfranceconcrete.com online to see some of their work.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
And this portion of the Coach's Show brought to you by Mullins Jewelry, a family-owned and operated business treating clients like family since 1938. Jewelry design, repair, and a wide selection of great jewelry pieces online at mullinsjewelry.com. John Dingens here with you, starting off this morning with Coach Michael Voss of the Riverdale Warriors. And Michael, I know when you think back, it seems like forever since we've talked, but I'm seeing some improvement with your guys. I know it was a tough loss last night, but the last 2 or 3 weeks around Christmas time, it seems that things have gotten a little bit better.
No, it has. I mean, we've talked about, one of the things we are is we're a young team. And we played an extremely hard schedule pre-conference. Like, we wanted to make sure that we kind of knew what we were getting into. It was probably, again, a little bit over-scheduled on my part because we played a lot of good teams. I mean, you look, we played about 4 or 5 top 10 teams in different classes throughout the year so far. But the one thing that we did, again, was we've kind of stuck together, and guys have done a great job of not letting it just tear a team apart, because there's a lot of people that would have kind of quit, and that's kind of the way kids go these days. And it's a testament to our guys that they've sat there and stayed the course and done what they needed to do. And because of it, we get that first win against Clarksville Northeast. We kind of figured out how to do it in overtime, and then after that, we get a win against Giles, and then that first district win against Siegel, and life's feeling a lot better now.
Let's talk about a little bit about that Siegel game. I know they're really good. Mm-hmm. I mean, How did you combat that, and what was clicking for you that night? Because it was a close game.
Well, it was. I mean, it ends up being a 1-point game. We were up 3 with I don't know, 10 seconds left, and they got they got a tip in at the buzzer that just cut it to 1. But it was one of those things where we came out, we played well. I mean, we did. We rebounded it, which was what we didn't do last night. We rebounded it well in the Siegel game. We shot it well in the Siegel game, and we made a lot of good decisions in that game. And we've got 3 guys that, in Wayman and Malik especially, that, Malik Hicks and Wayman, just they're good being defensive guys, and they sit there and they want to guard you and they want to work. And one of the things I thought we did was, even though he had 20, we made Carter Webb kind of work for everything in that game. Lyles had a good game against us as well, but they both had to work for everything that they got. And I thought we defended really, really well. Going into that, I thought we defended really well against Giles County the game before, and it kind of led to that. But we've made our mark on the defensive end these last few games.
I noticed you said, could you see it coming? I mean, really, when you get in a little role like that, I guess you see it coming. You feel good about it. They feel more confident too.
Well, here's the thing, and we talked about this a little bit last night. Is you got to have belief, and when you look at Clarksville Northeast, it's like I told our guys, this guys is the where we're going to break through the wall. This is the game that we do it, and after that, once you break through the wall once, it's never easy, but it gets easier, if that makes sense. It's one of those things where, now that you've done it, you find a way to continue to do it. And that's what we did. Was we just found we had 3 really good games where we finished the guys off the way that we were supposed to finish games off.
And now, won't that come back now? I mean, I know the loss to Blackman, but yeah, it doesn't leave them now. You've kind of gotten over that one hump.
We've got over that one hump. And I told the guys, the one thing that we've got to be aware of now is we've kind of set a tone to start 2025, and people are going to start looking, and they're no longer there's not going to be an overlook factor there. People aren't going to overlook you. They see the tape. I've had so many people talk to me about just how going from game 1 to now, how much better we've gotten, and we have improved. And again, it's a tribute to our players for sticking in it and doing what we needed to do to get to this point, and it's a tribute to some of my assistant coaches. Jamal Russell, he doesn't get enough credit for what he does for me. He is a fantastic workout guy with our guys, and he gets into them, and he holds them just as accountable as anybody else in our program. He's got great relationships with everybody, with all of our kids. He does a fantastic job for us, and the work that he has put in has really kind of paid off.
We sat here at the very first, when everything was getting ready to start, and you kind of had a confidence with this bunch. I think you knew it was going to be a struggle early, but I think there was in the back of your mind, and I may be reading it all wrong, but it seemed like you did have confidence in these guys. You thought you had a good group, and things were going to get better, and it looks like that's come to fruition.
No, it is. It's one of those things, again, when you look at it, I knew we were going to have a chance to be fine. But when you look at it, football goes 3 weeks, which with the new playoff system now, hopefully we can go 4 or 5 weeks in the playoffs. But that means you're not getting those guys back until Thanksgiving, December. You're not getting them back for a while.
Yeah.
So you get some preseason chemistry going with the guys that you have, but you don't have quite all your pieces that are going to get significant minutes for you because they're out on the football field competing. And then when those guys get back, you've got to work them back in with the chemistry, and it basically and it's not their fault. It just disrupts your chemistry for a little bit. You got to figure it out again. And so we literally have spent 2 months kind of figuring it out. Now, I thought last night we got back to standing a lot, and that's a lot of credit to Blackman for applying. They're probably the best defensive team in the district, and they just kind of locked us down, and we struggled to score. We struggled to score a little bit because of what they did, and we struggled to score because of what we did standing. But and they killed us on the glass last night, where we had been good the last 3 games. They absolutely just killed us. The younger McDonald brother, Jalen, I think, and Keller came back from his ankle injury. Like those two absolutely kind of got us last night. And we talked about it and looked at it. It's one of those things where you go, all right, well, we've got to move on. We're 1-1 in the district. We're still right in this race. Like, we're going to be fine. But I knew we were going to be fine. Now, the other thing is, you do get a little concerned sometimes when you're 0-13. It's like, God, are we ever going to break through this wall?
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple opportunities against Rossview and Hickman County especially. We just didn't quite do it. But once we broke through that wall, like everything now, it's I know that we're going to be one of the teams to be reckoned with in this league here over the next, not just this year, but one of the next 2 or 3 years.
Michael Voss, our guest here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner. And it really has shown now to me that with your Siegel win, anybody's going to be able to, it's going to be tight is what I'm trying to say. It's going to be a tight race, and it's going to be a quick race because it's here, and it's going to be quick just like that.
It is. I mean, and that's the thing. When you've only got 8 district games, all those games matter so much. When you're talking about a 5-team league, next year it's going to be a 4-team league with both sides of the county. Like, all those games are so important. Getting that Siegel win right out of the gate was so important for us, just to keep the momentum we had going, going into it, but to also, again, send that message that, hey, like, we're not to be taken lightly. And it does, and proven that all that hard work that we put in has paid off. Like, that's been big for us. And so, again, you take the little bit of a setback last night, which at the end of the day, everybody's picking Blackman to win the league, and everybody else has got to kind of figure it out. Well, we get them one more time. We'll see what we can do when we get there. But we've got to handle business against these other district teams when we get our opportunities here over the next couple of weeks.
Michael, when you look at the race, I mean, there's Rockville, I mean, there's Oakland, and Oakland has struggled some, but gosh, with it being such a quick turnaround, I mean, you got to be ready to go Tuesday or Monday or whenever you play. But the next game,
we got the bye this week, so we play a non-league game this afternoon at Lead, and then Tuesday we are off. We've got a JV game Tuesday night that we're going to play. But varsity-wise, we're off on Tuesday. So what we'll do is we're going to play this afternoon, and then varsity's going to have tomorrow and Monday off, and then we'll get back in and get to work on Tuesday, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
With Martin Luther King Day,
right.
It wasn't intentional; it's just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
But we've got Oakland coming up, and then Rockville, and I mean, we're 2.5 weeks in, and we're going to be through the first round of the district play, and we'll have a pretty good sense and understanding of where we're at. And the thing about each team in this league this year is everybody is so different. Everybody is unique in what they do and who they are. Everybody's got a different style, things that make them successful. So night in and night out, you're never seeing the same thing.
That's a great point.
And a lot of it does depend on matchups and kind of who you are. Like, you look at Oakland, I'm going to really start getting into them tomorrow after we get done with after I take a little bit of a break after our game this afternoon. And you look at them, and they got 2 guys that can score the ball fairly well. And then I haven't seen a game yet since Chase Bandy has been back, but I know he's a huge contributor to them. You look at Rockville, and they've got great hands. They get a bunch of deflects. They apply a lot of ball pressure. It's just a bunch of different things at different times, and that's what each night is a completely different game. And some nights you match up well with teams, some nights you don't match up well with teams. That's part that, and that was part of last night. Is you look, Blackman may be our worst matchup on paper just because of the size difference and everything.
They're totally different. Look for
they
them
are. Like,
anyway.
You don't see that from any other team in our league.
And when you see them for the first time, that can be to their advantage, but maybe you take advantage of the next time you see them. Michael, I got to let you go, but good luck. It's going to be a great race, I think, this next 2 or 3 weeks. So
it is. Appreciate it, John.
Yeah, get your helmet on. Be ready because here they come. That's Michael Voss, the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors. This portion of our show has been brought to you by Sir Pizza, whose 3 Murfreesboro locations offer a huge selection of mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and wings. Order your favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com. And up next, it's Omar Smith of the Smyrna Bulldogs.
Did you know that participating in Murfreesboro Special Census could help bring more funding to our city? This is Mayor Shane McFarland. An accurate population count means more shared state revenue for things like road repairs, park improvements, and new sidewalks. It's quick and easy. Visit murfreesborocensus.com or look for a letter from the city with a prepaid return envelope.
Count me in.
Okay, count me in.
And count me in, too.
Help Murfreesboro get its fair share. Visit murfreesborocensus.com, complete the special census today, and you could qualify for a $100 gift card.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
The Blue Raiders fan source for officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear is Raider Tees, located at 910 Ridgely Road, behind Chewy's, just off Broad Street.
Time to get out in the cold in style with officially licensed Middle Tennessee stocking caps, coats, jackets, sweats, scarves, and more. If it's blue and white with the Middle Tennessee logo, you can bet the best selection in town is at Raider Tees.
Raider Tees by Ideas Tees, 910 Ridgely Road, off Broad between Chewy's and Chili's.
Pizza. You can now order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com. We've made ordering online a breeze. From sirpizzatn.com, tap on the location nearest you and begin your order for carryout or delivery. You can order the Royal Feast, create your own, spaghetti, calzones, everything right from our online portal at sirpizzatn.com. Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
And this portion of the show brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. That's TOA, the largest and most comprehensive orthopedic surgery group in Middle Tennessee. Find out more at TOA.com. And Omar Smith, our guest here, the head coach of the Smyrna Bulldogs. And snow didn't interrupt us this week, and I guess I should have said something about that, but I don't know that we've ever had a cancellation, but we did last week. That first time, yeah, we made history. But Omar, I want, before we talk about the game last night, because it was a crazy game. It's just weird. Absolutely. And I wasn't even at the game, but I'm telling you, it was weird. I know it was for you. Yeah. I had a win over Glencliff, lost to Cookeville and to Stewart's Creek, correct?
Correct.
And so you're kind of, I don't know, you're kind of, is inconsistent the word maybe?
That's the perfect word to use, inconsistent.
You know, because you have quarters where you're just lights out, and then it disappears.
I can go all the way back to our second game of the season. We're playing CSAS, and we scored 30 points in the first quarter. We're up 30-12 maybe, and we end up winning that game 80-85.
Wow. So you're capable of putting points on the board. I've seen you guys play, and you're capable of putting points on the board. Last night in a game, you were up by 12 over who am I thinking? I've lost Stewart's Creek, and won at halftime, and then it just kind of fell apart for you in the second half.
The wheels completely fell off in the third quarter, and we got the wheels back on, but at that point it was too late.
I guess I would be the coach of the year if I could figure out what causes that. But no, I don't think any coach has an answer to that when it truly falls apart and then they get it back.
I've been thinking about this. I had a conversation with my cousin last night, and I think our generation, this generation of teenagers, not just the athletes, but they're so very in the moment, and I think because of social media. So big picture, the goal at hand, what we're trying to do, sometimes that gets lost on them. And
good point. Yeah.
And so when things start to go bad, it's the sky's falling. The sky's not falling. Going into the locker room, we had a few guys arguing with each other, and I said, fellas, you're winning. Like, you're winning. There's nothing to argue about. So, yes, you played a terrible 2 minutes to end the half, but you're still winning. And you could just see it in their faces. Like, it was like we had just lost the state championship game, and we were winning at halftime.
Yeah, those outside forces like that, I don't know what a coach does. I'm going to tell you, I think it's probably 3 times hard to coach now than it was maybe 10 years ago even, because of the outside obstacles and everything. I know that they do that little texting to each other too. That can sometimes be a problem.
And I think the frustrating thing for me, because they have, I remember being in high school and playing basketball, and you played, game was over with, and you went on. There was no game film. Coaches would exchange tapes, but we didn't see the tape.
Right.
Where these kids, game film, they have it on their phone the same time I get it. So they have access to it. And so, it's the same argument I have as a teacher. You have a resource in your hand that you don't use. Kids ask me stuff like, well, you have an iPhone, look it up. Google the answer, And so it's the same with the players. You've got Huddle on your phone. Pull the film up and watch it.
Yeah. And I think that point about playing at the moment, like, you don't look at the big picture. What this game. You're in the game. You're up by 1. Just come out and play your game.
Just play your game.
But when they don't, I know it's frustrating. And that's kind of happened to you some in the course of the year. Do you? I think you keep hoping that's the consistent part's gonna come and a breakthrough there.
My wife tells me I'm an eternal optimist, so I'm always looking for the good, and I until it's over with, I'm gonna keep believing that they're going to figure it out. After the game, one of the things I asked, I said, what do you think Stewart's Creek did in the second quarter that they didn't do in the first? And one of the kids said they pressed. I said, fellas, they pressed the whole game, and we scored on the very first possession of the game on their press, and you just stopped doing what you did. So, just getting them to understand is being consistent and doing the same thing over and over and over again. If it's going to work, keep doing it.
Yeah. The district is it makes it different because we've got so few teams, It's kind of like it's do or die now, boom. We're going to play like 2 weeks, 2 to 2.5 weeks, and the district's going to be the regular season race is going to be over. But I don't guess you can look at it that way, though. I mean, you have to look at it from we've got to get better ourselves and not worry about the other guy.
Absolutely. I will continue to watch film, and we'll talk about guys, and we'll always do a game plan and a scout. But understanding it, they have to understand, one, there are no secrets in I can't speak for other counties, but in Rutherford County, there's no secrets. I can tell you, and we don't even play them again. I bet you Barry Workman probably has all my film already, and Michael Voss has all my film, and I have their film. And so there's no secret. So getting the guys to understand that you have to be disciplined, and you have to do what you're coached to do over and over again and be the best at it. And when you do that, the talent will then take care of itself.
And plus, you add to the addition, they're talented. I mean, you're in a talented district.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of so and it's in the early stages. But like I said, it's kind of quick. I can't remember when it's been like boom. Here we are.
It is, but then also understanding that we still have to do this 8 more times.
Yeah.
So yes, we're 0-2 in the district right now, but it's not the end of the world. I've made the prediction. I could be wrong, but it would not surprise me if the first place team in our district has at least 2 losses. So with that being said, could we go 8-2? I mean, if we go 8-2, we win the district.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you. So, and that's going to be hard to do. I mean, I'm not worried about going 8-2. I'm worried about going 1-0 on Tuesday night. But just understanding that we still got our goals in front of us, and we can get there.
Who do you have on Tuesday night?
So we host Lebanon Tuesday night.
Okay, another team that has kind of turned it around. They were young last year, but they're playing much better.
Yeah.
Your schedule's nightmare anyway. But anyway, you got to be ready, and they probably play a little bit different style than what you just faced.
They do. They play a 3-2 zone, and they're going to run. Love Jim McDowell. We used to teach together. He's probably got a football playbook. He's probably got 80 sets that they're going to run all 80 of them, and having guys understand Stewart's Creek is just going to play basketball, and they're just going to get up and down the floor. Lebanon's not going to do that. The game's going to be a lot slower, and so
he wants to dictate what's played, right?
Right, and so we've got to be disciplined in the things that we're doing, and not take bad shots, and not speed ourselves up and get out of control.
Okay, I know you've talked about some of the guys. Let's mention a couple of them. I know you've got some really steady influences in there, and that have really helped you. And they've got to almost be a coach on the floor too. Some of these guys.
I think that's one thing that we're lacking. And looking at some of our guys, you look at our leading scorer, Jan Kinser's in his second year of varsity basketball. Tyreek McCarver's in his third year. Zay Keese is in his second year. Caden Matthews is his second year. So we still have a lot of inexperience on the floor. Our starting five, one kid has played more than 2 years of varsity basketball. And so we're still young in that aspect, but they've got to understand that's not an excuse, because if you're a junior or senior, you're going to have to figure it out and grow up quicker.
Omar Smith, our guest here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner. You mentioned that, and that is so hard for a kid, and again, we go back to the way things are now. It's so much harder to me than it used to be.
We played sports outside. We played baseball, football in the street, and basketball in the backyard, and we did those things, and so the game just kind of made more sense to us. And I think for our kids, they don't play until they come to practice.
Right.
Or they'll go to a trainer for an hour, which is fine. I love trainers, but they're not getting that, just understanding the game and how does this game work. And our kids don't watch basketball on TV. I figured that out as well.
That's happened in the last 5-6 years, hasn't it? Just a decrease in watching it.
We were at a tournament last year, and we had a long layoff, and we had nothing to do. And I told the kids, "Hey, there's some basketball games on. Watch the games." And one of the kids, "Well, how do I watch it?" I said, "You turn the TV on and watch it."
I know you're a big fan. I know you watch basketball all kinds.
Constantly.
And you're a baseball guy too.
Love baseball. Yeah. Whatever sport is on, I'm watching it. Yeah. I watch the Braves. My wife gets frustrated because I watch. I probably watch 120 Braves games in the season.
I do too. I tape them. Tape them where I make sure if I'm going to miss it.
Call my dad and we talk about it.
Yeah. And I wish they'd do something, by the way.
Oh, my gosh. They're just sitting on their hands.
We could have a whole show, a half hour on that.
Bring Chad Caldwell on here. We have a whole round table about that one.
That's for sure. But it has changed. What can you do to kind of get your team, find that leader, find that guy that say when times are rough on the floor, they're going to go, okay, we got to get it, guys.
I think just keep pushing, keep watching film, showing the guys what they're doing wrong, praising guys who are doing things the right way, and I think eventually guys will start to fall in line.
And sometimes it has to come from them. I mean, it has to come from within, no matter – you could do all kinds of things. But I think you've got a couple of guys that could probably handle that.
I think so. And I think, like I said, I think it's going to happen.
Well – it's going to be quick, and by the time I see you again, we're going to be in district tournament. Yep. So, Omar, good luck the rest of the way, and good luck against Lebanon.
Thanks so much.
All right, that's Omar Smith, a fellow Braves fan. I can't complain now. I'm going to have him back, off basketball. This portion of the show brought to you by the law offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day. Up next, Barry Wortman, Blackman.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service. From personal tax preparation to business bookkeeping, payroll, and taxes, at Craig's Tax Service, our staff is here to help.
Get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
As a former Siegel Star football player, I know the importance of the high school sports experience. Good luck to all county student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
Franklin's Printworks has been in Murfreesboro for over 25 years. We are a full-service commercial printer, everything from business cards, brochures, booklets to banners. My name is Jeff Carlton. I handle sales and marketing for Franklin's Printworks. We hear a lot people who have been working with printers on the internet, had issues, and they know that if we're working with someone local, that A, they know where to find us, and B, they know that we'll take care of it because we have to take care of our neighbors. Our website is franklinsprinting.org.
Winners Trophies can help you with customized awards for any occasion. Owner Kelly Hockenberry continues to provide awards for sports teams, churches, recognition awards, and more. Call Winners Trophies at 904-6002. That's 904-6002 for the best in quality, service, and pricing. You can also email Kelly, winnerstrophy@comcast.net. That's winnerstrophy@comcast.net. Any award for any occasion. Winners Trophies, 904-6002.
We're catching up with Anne-Marie Brents at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive, another one of our great local businesses.
Yeah, it's a big family business. Knowing that my grandparents started it, to see it evolve and what it is now, it's just been really cool and I love it. It's just something I'm very passionate about and customers have been great to us as well.
Whether it's a quick meal, feeding the whole family, or catering, Rick's Barbecue can handle it all.
It's really something I'm really passionate about, very blessed and thankful for.
Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too, and I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-895-2700.
Each team knows which play will be the winning move. I'm good neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about combining your home and auto insurance. Call me at 615-900-0877 to make the winning move that can save you time and money.
Hey there, it's Brian, and I wanted to share just one reason why I've been a customer of First National Bank of Middle Tennessee for years. What I love most is how they're always there for me, no matter what I need. You know, I know I'm not just another number. When I have a question, I can count on getting a real answer from a real person who knows me and my financial goals. They're always showing up for me, and they can for you too.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
And this portion of the Coaches Show, I'm having such a good time today, Dalton. I just love these guys. Ideas Tees will be happy to help you fulfill all of your imprinted apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs. Find out more at ideastees.com. I'm going to say something right off the bat, Barry Workman, our guest. I love your all's administration. They helped me, an old man with a knee replacement. They've made me a platform. They've made fun of me. They've mocked me. But if you need something done, they'll do it for you. Great bunch of guys.
Great bunch of guys. Matter of fact, they always double check the elevator, make sure it's ready for you too going up that.
I haven't tried the elevator,
okay,
but I'm going to do that.
They got it ready for you. Scott's got it ready for you.
Okay, when you say Scott's got it ready for me, it makes me worry that Scott has sabotaged that elevator or something like that. All right, we're going to talk Blackman basketball, and I know you're pretty happy up to this point with the way things have gone. A great 18-2 or 3, something there.
We are. We're playing good basketball, and I like our team. There's some areas of, like anybody else, some areas of improvement, and we've identified them, and we're trying to get better. But I do like our spirit and our joy.
You pretty much base your team, I know, defensively. You've always been defensive minded, and when I look at your scores and I go down, it's almost like I think you have a goal to try to hold opponents to 40 points. And is that something you really think about?
Not really. Actually, the exact opposite. What people don't understand is we don't give you any angles, and that's just sort of who we are. So we're not going to extend the floor much. So, you know, when you have to score where somebody's set defense, the other team can't just come down and play with an angle and score. I guess they could, but they're not. The players are too good and the coach is too good. You can't score against the set defenses early. So if you watch teams play, for them to get a quality shot, they have to spend a little bit more time executing. So the other team tends to slow the game down when they play us. And then you play a team like Tony's team at Laverne, and we're both teams that don't give up angles. We're both teams that don't let you score in the first 6 seconds of the transition. And if you're shooting over the top of people's defense, it's hard to score. So that's sort of the key, is to keep people from having easy opportunities. I think in the Laverne game,
it was really close.
Well, Braden Flowers broke on a ball and made a nice play and had a one-on-nobody layup, and then we had a little casual pass, and a good player at Laverne broke on one, and so nobody scored in transition. Nobody got any first 6. We had 1 offensive rebound stick back. They had 2. So you talk about 2 teams that mirror each other in terms of their personality and style.
Yeah.
And that's just it. And our big thing is, and I don't know if people always like to hear, I enjoy watching angle passes and guys pitching ahead and dunking in the goal. But there's a reason why, when you watch college basketball and the NBA, the players are too good. And if you're trying to win titles, people aren't going to, the players are too good to just give them too much floor and give them opportunities to play. So we're selective. We've been good over the years of selectively extending the floor and surprise trapping you and doing some things. But if you really, want to beat the teams with really good guard play, you're not going to be able to give up angles and opportunities. It's just too hard for you to score. So you can't be, in our opinion, in the opinion of most basketball across our country, is to make it, make them play against your set defense as much as possible. And that's sort of been our philosophy. So the other team, if you ever watch the other team, really their usage rate goes down a little bit against us.
So what you're telling me is your defense is what slows the game down a little bit. Is that
no
correct?
Doubt. No doubt.
Because I think a lot of people think, well, they're going to Blackman's going to slow the ball down. They're going to make 3 or 4 passes, which I know you guys do that, but it's not necessarily the offense that you're running that's causing that.
Well, no, actually, I think we probably shoot it in the first 6 better than anybody. Most people we play were phenomenal at the first 6 over the years. Now, this team last couple of years hadn't been quite as fast and in the first 6. And we're good. And that Trent Gibson and Donovan Sims and Darius Thompson, it was unbelievable how we won it. We just said we want you to face our set defense. This is the exact opposite. We don't want to face your set defense. We want to play with angles and opportunities in the first 6. And we've been really good and skilled in over the years. But if you don't, you got to be willing to score. If you can't score early, you got to be willing to score a little later. And I get a kick. I think I would assume that our shot clock in high school basketball when it passes will be 40, could be 35. It'll probably reset to 20. Meaning if you get an offensive rebound, it'll probably be reset to 20, just based on some other states. And if you watch us play, other than maybe time and score, late game or end of quarter, we would probably not have a shot clock violation in any of our possessions. For example, in our game against Laverne, we either shot it or turned it over, and we're good. We take good care of the ball, so we'll typically shoot it within 15 to 25 seconds. So we don't, it's just not. Now we're not going to come down.
You want to take good shots.
Not only are we going to take good shots, we're going the guys that can shoot the ball are going to take the shots.
Right.
The guys that can scoot it, what they practice and they can make. So. There's a reason why certain guys are open in certain situations and certain guys aren't. So, yeah. So when you play against a set defense, you unless you're going to take a bad shot, they don't go in, or a guarded shot, they don't go in. You better run offense to score. And the better the team, you play a Tony Rutland team or you play a Jeremy. There's so many good defensive coaches. I guess you could jump up like some people do and just hoist one up over the top of the defense, but they don't typically go in. You don't typically get offensive rebounds. You sure don't get to the foul line. So three of the metrics that are really good for offensive basketball, you're wasting. And then, just to me over the years, it's pretty smart when you watch TV. I think, the Steph Currys are going to shoot more balls than the Draymond Greens. That's just basketball 101, and that's sort of how we play.
Edey, he makes it go. He makes things go. I mean, he's the floor leader, and you got to have somebody like that, and especially in times of trouble on the court when things are going bad or not going well. He's important to this team.
He's turned into a really, really nice point guard, probably as good of a floor leader as we've had, and we've had some great ones in terms of like for example, last night he was aggressive to shoot it and score it when he had opportunities. He was aggressive to make others better. He was a good on-ball defender. So he's had a really nice season, obviously a really nice career. The thing with him, he leads us in 3-point shots, field goal percentage from both the 2 and the 3. So, especially get, people scout and they know it. So I've got to do a better job of getting him a few more quality shots because he leads us in field goal percentage. But we got to, when other guys are knocking it in and you have to start guarding some other people, then we'll really start, I think, being really, really good offense. We've had some nights we've been really good, and that just excites me because we just haven't really put it all together a whole lot offensively in terms of field goal percentage shooting. But when you grade our shots, especially from the perimeter and around the goal, you really like it. So I'm excited about when it all comes together. We're going to have some nights. We did earlier against Beach and Brentwood, and we're holding out hope that could be more consistent for us because we're getting really good quality shots and we got good shooters on the perimeter, and they're going to knock them in, and that'll open up things for everybody. Right now, they are doing a pretty good job of saying, you know what, somebody else is going to beat us. Guarding Gary with Garrison with 2, best on defender. So I've got to be a little bit more clever in half-court offense to find your best field goal percentage, maybe a few more shots. And other guys making it easier for us all.
You have 2 gentlemen that you use in the post, the bigs back, Keller and Johnson, and that's people. I think, well, they've got 2 bigs, but that's trying to get the ball into them. Has to be a team concept. I mean, it is, and it's not always easy to get it into the post, but your guys do such a good job of looking first.
Well, we have 3 starters at what we call our inside positions, and we call them 4-5s, but all 3 of them are really high school 5s, and that's Jalen McDonald, Keller Jackson, and Christian Johnson, and then we have some guys that that are emergency force that are doing a nice job too. But yeah, we're a high-low team, and we play inside out the last 2 years, the last year and a half when we made that change, and I like it. Obviously. Kermit Davis ran the Kansas high-low here, so a lot of people watched it at middle, and being having such a relationship with him that it's a lot of nice things you can do. It's really good for your guards. It's really good for your bigs. You play off each other, and I like it because it fits our personnel.
Barry Wordman, our guest here on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air and Coach's Show, and he's the head coach of the Blackman Blaze, of course. The district race now, boom, we're here. I mean, it's gonna fly, and I think you've got Rockville this week. There's every game's big, though. I don't really think you can just look down that schedule and go, okay, well, that's a breather. Nobody's going to do that. Everybody's tough.
Yeah, we've never done that.
I didn't think you did.
We try to make. We try to be so on razor's edge for every game. And I tell you, it's interesting. I got a good friend of mine that visited with me this week, and we do individual meetings with our guys quite a bit over the course of the season. And I backed off that a little bit, and I had some individual meetings with our guys, and they helped me, and some things in regards to maybe was affected with Team 14, 15, and 16 is not as effective with those guys in terms of just our mindset and preparation. And so we're always respectful of our opponent for sure, but with this group, maybe too much in regards to focusing on their strengths and maybe there's a bit where they didn't want to hear it as much. So that helped me as a coach, and I'm trying to always grow and get better. But yes, definitely have a ton of respect for our opponents, try to prepare for them in a high-level way. But this team, we're really trying to spend a little bit more time in league play, even being ready for our opponent, but trying to maybe make sure we're a little bit better. And I think that's helped me grow as a coach with this group, and they've helped me a lot in some individual meetings.
It was mentioned earlier in the show this morning that everybody's got their own unique kind of style. Every team is different. Your team is different, and you have. I guess the secret to success. One last question here: you have to adjust to their game, or what you're going to expect, what you're going to see.
Well, no doubt. I'm very glad we're playing basketball. It's a game of skill and toughness and togetherness. and athleticism is obviously very important, but we would not want to go over to Middle Tennessee and have a track meet with anybody in our league. So that's just it's a fast league and an athletic league. This Rockville just blows me away. And I love our team, and I love our skill, and I love our toughness, and I love our how we play basketball. But we've got to be very, very cognizant of the athleticism of the teams in our league.
Barry, always good talking to you. And this is our first get together this year. I've been complaining.
Okay, good.
I told Omar the same thing.
We go back so long, man. So I always enjoy it. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm up there in age. Barry, you're still young. This portion of the show brought to you by Bowen's Body Shop. From Deans and Dents to full body work, trust Jeff and Cal Bowen to do the job right. They're located on Middle Tennessee Boulevard. We'll be back with more, and I think Danny Brewer is on deck.
Dr. Russell McKissick of Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance talks about the grassroots effort at our local schools to ensure proper care for players.
To make sure our teams are covered here locally, be there for our trainers. Yeah, it's a passion that we have to try to take care of our athletes here in town and be there just to keep everybody playing as healthy and as best they can.
From a community standpoint, one of the most important things you do at TOA, I'd guess.
I think it's definitely a way to pay back to our community, just to be there for them and watch some great sports too.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, live your best life.
How about a fix for your sweet tooth? Donut Country is open Something different about donuts from Donut Country. Bo and Cindy Davis and their wonderful staff will greet you with a smile, and you'll see all donuts aren't created equal. Fresh donuts anytime you want them, 24/7 at Donut Country on Memorial down from Clark. And they're open each morning on Middle Tennessee Boulevard. Check out their Facebook page for specials and promotions. Nothing else compares to Donut Country. Open 24 hours.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. I've lived and worked as a lawyer in Middle Tennessee for over 30 years, and to me, every single day has been an honor. That's why our firm is so involved with community programs like bicycle helmet giveaways and our Safe Ride Home program. At the Law Offices of John Day, we're not just looking to make donations. We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
If you're a homeowner with a quarter acre or several, Las Casas Feed Supply focuses on premium feeds and dog foods you won't find in the box stores.
Nutrition is our specialty here at Las Casas Feed.
Family owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, inviting you to stop by, visit, and enjoy the country.
Customer service expertise that exceeds your expectations.
Las Casas Feed is also your place for local milk from the MTSU Dairy on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East in Las Casas.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Dan France Concrete, a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. That's Dan France Concrete. I'm Danny Brewer. You know, I'm better than a buttermilk biscuit right now because I got Tony Rutland, head basketball coach at Laverne, in the studio with us. Coach Rutland, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, fantastic. You know, great time of year.
Yep.
District play. We got the holidays behind us. You had good holidays. You have good holidays, Coach?
I did. Other than getting wins, but I did have good holidays.
Well, you may not got wins, but maybe got some growth.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, and that's what's important. But we got district play. We're diving off into that. I think this week you folks pulled the Wilson County sweep. Am I right about that? And then Monday you also got a win, didn't you?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the week that was. I think beat Blackman, which is a good win for you guys.
It is.
And then also Wilson Central and Lebanon went down.
Yeah, coming off the holidays, we wanted to see what type of growth we had. Again, our schedule has been so tough, which, I do intentionally so our guys can grow. going to Arkansas during Thanksgiving, and then having and hosting the Iverson Classic, where we played probably one of the top independent schools with the homeschool. They go to nationals every year, and playing Father Tolton out of Missouri. In spurts, we played well. Again, my thing with my team is we got to put things together in 4 quarters. We might play 3.5, maybe 3 quarters, but it's always 1 quarter or 1/2 of a quarter that we can't turn it around. So we're trying to grow, get guys who haven't had experience playing, because I look at my roster and I look at the bench, and I look, and it's majority guys that haven't had a lot of minutes last year. So to get them experience in tough games it should help us in the district.
Because at the end of the day, those guys have to be ready, because you never know what's going to happen.
That's right. I mean, anything can happen. Injuries, God forbid, any injuries happen, foul trouble. But we do have guys that are starting to step up. You know, I'm hard on them for a reason. I know sometimes they get a little down on themselves, but, you know, again, I have great assistants to help me with that. You know, I tell them all the time, good cop, bad cop. I'm the bad cop, they're the good cops, and but I still have to play them. So, but they're learning. Watch a lot of film, see their mistakes, and learn from their mistakes.
Well, that's good. So let's talk about the dynamic duo for just a minute. Sherman and Bryant, 2 kids who were key last year for you in your run to the state tournament. Talk about them, where they're at right now, and what you like from those kids.
Man, you know, I think about it and I look at it. Landon Bryant is me when I was in high school, making that transition to the point guard. My senior year, he's doing it. Scoring-wise, it probably could be up, but the growth I see him as a point guard, he's making the passes. He's starting to trust his teammates. It's making Sherman better because, you know, now he's getting open. But, you know, I really love his transition, and I think any college team that takes a chance on him is going to get a diamond in the rough, because he's grown as a player. Defensively, he can guard the 1 through 3, maybe 4, because he's so long. But Sherman, man, he's shooting the ball really well. Last night, he had 24 in the first half. I mean, so but, you know, I mean, that's just how it is. We just kept feeding them and just kept knocking them down.
Well, that's the next point I want to make is basketball IQ. I want to talk about basketball IQ, because being the player that you were and the coach that you are now, you understand that understanding the game is very important. Bryant, the transition, is that something that's helping him, you think, understand the game better?
Yeah, it is. It helped me. You know, I think he's in the film room. He's being a leader, vocal leader, and he's learning how to run the team. Anytime you can go to the next level and you have that experience, you have that IQ, you're added assets to, you know, any team. And he's doing it. You know, now he knows he doesn't have to score to make a difference. He's on the defensive end. He's taken the initiative to guard their best player or try to shut down their best player. I mean, so again, it's just crazy to me that, you know, any local teams that doesn't offer him, you know, that's basketball. You know, I know everybody's going in the transfer portal, and it's hurting a lot of high school guys, but, you know, you have somebody, a lot of local guys that can play. And I think any D1 team that offers him is going to be good.
Do you think that having him at point guard really helps your offense, because you have to respect that kid for his scoring ability, because I mean, he can flat do it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because again, he's the point guard. He sees the defense. He passes. He makes the great passes. And not only that, but he still can score off the ball. You know, he can come off picks. He only needs a little bit of space to get his shot off. But the thing that I like about him, and we've been working a lot, is not just about the three-pointer or going to the basket. His mid-range game is probably one of the best in the district. You don't see it a lot, and I teach all my guards that because it helped me. So I know that a lot of college coaches look for that, and, you know, one thing I teach them, hey, don't be guardable, don't be scoutable, and a lot of guys will just either shoot threes or go to the basket, and, you know, I'm trying to teach them, hey, get to your spots. That's what good scorers do, is just get to their spots and pull up.
That was just the pull-up jump shot. That's something that's kind of it's a lost art. Would you agree?
It is. And, again, I believe against Blackman, he made a great move and pulled up and used the backboard. Tim Duncan did it. I did it. They're easy shots, but they're difficult to guard. So if they can get it and perfect it, man, it's just going to be tough.
The backboard, it's crazy because I was talking to a guy last night. If you get that spot on the backboard, your shooting percentage goes up astronomically.
It does, man, especially if you're a good shooter. It's a big backboard, and it's not hard to hit, but, if you still use your same technique as you do as a shooter, all you got to do is just hit around that corner, and it's going to go in.
Because I think the backboard's there for a reason, right, Coach?
It definitely is there for a reason.
All right, so let's talk about Sherman. Just one more thing about Sherman. He's kind of a powder keg sometimes, isn't he? Because, when the kid gets hot, he's just smoking hot.
Yeah, that's just what happened last night. He just hit a lot of threes, and he took it to the basket. He gets out in transition. Anytime we can get out in transition and pass the ball ahead, he's just so athletic. You don't know if he's going to pull up or go get a dunk or just make a play. And that's credit to him. He works hard at it. But, they're not like me and Allen Iverson, but in a way, anytime you can average the majority of your points and still come out with victories, then is a good thing. A lot of teams would either say we're going to stop one guy and maybe let the other guy determine if we can win a game or not. But, a lot of these guys are feeding off each other, and I like it because, they're not playing selfish basketball. They really feed off each other.
So let's talk about what you got coming up this week, Coach. What's coming up this week?
We got Cookeville, I believe, on Tuesday and Stewart's Creek on Friday.
So are both those home games, or what's the kind of?
Yes, they'll be home games. We have Cookeville at home, and then we have Stewart's Creek at home on Friday.
So Cookeville, it's a little bit of a different team this year, but still, that was kind of the Achilles heel for you guys last year. Played them a lot, had some really good games, but so is there a little extra motivation for your returning guys going in that Cookeville game?
I don't think it's extra motivation. I think, they're 2-0 in the district, just like we are, and Stewart's Creek is 2-0 in the district. So I think for us, it's just they're a veteran team. They have their main guys have played in the state championship game. So in any close game, they're going to try to take over and win, and that's what good veteran teams do. So our job is just go in and play our game and just make sure we play great defense on their main guys.
So now that it's district time, it's just one day at a time?
It's definitely one game at a time. I told the guys before the district started, take every game that we play before then and throw it out the door except the good. And we're 0-0, so now we're 2-0, but next week we're 0-0, and we try to go 2-0 for the week.
So, Coach, you've mentioned a couple of names here, and we've talked about this on air before. Tim Duncan, you're the guy that made Tim Duncan into what he is. You don't have to take credit for it. I'll give you credit for it. Allen Iverson became Allen Iverson because you were in the backcourt with him, and I know that internal competition, you pushed each other, you made each other better. So we're going to talk about horse racing because we love horse racing.
Yes.
Today is the LeCompte Stakes at Fairgrounds, a big derby prep for the Kentucky Derby. Mo Better Than Good, undefeated New York bred for Kenny McPeak. Mo Better Than Good. Do your kids understand that you may be good, but you need to be more better if you're going to keep going?
They got to be more better because I'm going to make them more better or they're going to sit. But, yeah, that makes sense. But, we can never be satisfied. And I tell the guys, like, every time we go practice or whatever and you get that nonchalant attitude or, like, we're great, I got to put them in place. So you got to get better every day.
Coach, do you ever, get it out there and take him to the hoop just one more time just to humble him a little bit? Because I know you can still do it.
I can shoot, but I don't know if I could get up and down the court like I used to, but I definitely could outshoot him.
Okay. Well, there's going to be some hot times at Laverne High School this week because you got two great district games. So I encourage you, if you want to see some good basketball, get in there. I know the Cookeville game will be a shootout, and that Stewart's Creek game will be highly entertaining. I'm sure of that. Coach Tony Rutland with Laverne High School, we appreciate your time, and we certainly wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue ribs and many local favorites on Warrior Drive. Locally operated by Anne Marie Brents and the Lanning family.
Life changes, then it changes again. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. A job loss, change in health, or loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure that you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Stop by our office in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard or give us a call at 615-907-7056 for an appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
I'm Ian Young. I'm at Las Casas Feed Supply. I'm selling beef and pork, 100% Angus, raised here in Las Casas. Come get you some.
Everyone's favorite cuts available, even options to purchase a quarter of a steer.
We got the beef. Hello, everybody. Las Casas Feed Supply.
Family owned and operated Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Insurance should be simple, not complicated. That's why at Rayburn Insurance, Agent Rick Hull cuts through the jargon and helps you understand your options clearly. He's committed to finding the right coverage that fits your unique needs and budget. Their team has been a trusted partner in the community since 1973. Ready to make insurance easy? Get with Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. He's ready to help you get the protection you deserve.
Head over to J. Mullins Jewelry to check out their selection of rings, watches, custom design jewelry, and much more. They're a local business located at 352 West Northville Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. They have gifts for all occasions, weddings, graduations, anniversaries, whatever you need, you can find it at J. Mullins Jewelry. That's at 352 West Northville Boulevard or online at mullinsjewelry.com.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service. We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service reminds you that it makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We've been serving Rutherford County since 1988.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're just off Memorial Boulevard at 142 Heritage Park Drive.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by the Murfreesboro Special Census. Counting everyone means more state dollars to improve roads, parks, and services. Fill out the fast, easy, and secure form at murfreesborocensus.com. I'm Danny Brewer. I'm extremely pleased now to be joined by basketball Oakland High School mastermind Dyron Birdwell. Coach Birdwell, how are you this morning?
I'm all right. How are y'all?
Well, we're doing good, Coach. You know, I mean, I was talking with Coach Rutland about it. It's a fantastic time of year. Mm-hmm. You know, I know that district time can be challenging in some ways, but it's very exciting in other ways too, right?
Yeah, you know, you're getting to see, especially for our league, you know, everybody's in county or in the city of Murfreesboro, I guess, and next year it'll be everybody but Blackman, and then we'll have everybody in Rutherford County for next year. But yeah, it's nice for the kids. You know, you can feel the excitement and, you know, them going up against their buddies or former teammates or kids they played, you know, youth league or, you know, whatever, boys club, city league, you know, upward, whatever it was they played together, elementary school, middle school, and they get excited to compete against each other. And you know, yeah, it's a fun time around here and gives everybody an opportunity to compete against each other.
So, Coach, how many years is this? Third year at Oakland, or what?
This is fourth year at Oakland, ninth year in Rutherford County.
Okay, yeah. So before you were at Siegel, where were you at?
I was at Oak Ridge. I was an assistant there for 5 years, and then of course was a manager for Coach Pearl for 4 years at UT. Before that, you know, we got Oak Ridge coming to town next Saturday, which will be a fun, exciting deal for me and They're a really good team. They're expecting to go to the state tournament. In my opinion, we'll play two teams that expect to be in the Murphy Center next week at home with Blackman on Tuesday and then Oak Ridge on Saturday. And those are our two home games next week. And we go to Riverdale on Friday, which obviously would be no easy task. And, the Battle of the Borough and all that. But, I've been I guess, East Tennessee and then came down here 9 years ago now, which is kind of crazy to think. And, just looking forward to continuing to compete and see kind of where we match up this week against some really good teams.
Coach, time flies when you're having fun. Am I right about that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's been a lot of fun for you. I know that there's challenges. Any high school coach faces the ups and downs because you got the rotating rosters because of graduations and injuries and just all those kind of things. But
you're Kevin Creasy, right? Yeah. But no.
Hey, we love you, Coach Creasy.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And he's got it rolling over there. That's what I meant by that. It's been frustrating. It's been frustrating. My first 11 seasons as a coach, I was a part of one losing season, and then we've had back-to-back, and staring the third one right now in the face if we can't get it rolling right here. We got kids. They're playing hard. I didn't think we played very hard against Rockville. I thought we gave up in the second half, and that was really frustrating. And then we had for last night, Siegel, we battled. We both made a bunch of shots in the first quarter. In the second quarter, everybody kind of came back down to earth. We're down 4 going into the third, and I guess after the first 4 or 5 possessions, they'd made some shots, and I thought we'd had similar or the same looks, and just couldn't get over the hump. Just couldn't make that shot that we needed to keep the game close, And then we battled back and cut it to 6 and have a chance and miss a layup in transition, which again, not the kid's fault. He's trying to make it. It happens. And then I think I looked up. It was 42-36 with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and then I looked up with about 6 minutes to go in the fourth, and it was 51-36, and I was like, golly, we still haven't scored. But we've got to take that and get in the gym and work on our shot and get better and use it as motivation. And everything is tournament based around here, and that's the big thing is you got to keep battling and working, and hopefully we get a little better each week and get ready to come play next week.
Well, Coach, I'm not blowing smoke up your East Tennessee skirt here, but you're a great X's and O's guy.
I appreciate it.
The thing is the X's and O's and the schemes and all that stuff, but the X's and O's are really, really good, but the execution is what's most important.
Yeah, we drew up some stuff to get guys some open looks last night, and I thought we got some open looks. I thought we've kind of mixed up a little bit of what we've been doing, and it's been hard for me. I know you're a Kentucky guy. We've been running a lot of some of the stuff that Pope's doing, trying to run it through a 5-man and let, handoffs down screens and slips and things go off that. And I think it's helped us. It's just kind of our personnel this year. That's what we have to do to be able to compete, and we've played better. Like I said, the first quarter against Rockville, I think we made 5 threes and looked really good. And then we just kind of go through these spurts right now where we struggle to get a bucket. And, some of that is we are a little undersized. So we don't have just a true post guy to throw it inside to and stop a run or go get a bucket. And that's, so then you got to start counting on your jumper or your three. And, while that's kind of how the game has changed, it's still nice every once in a while to be able to throw it inside and go get a bucket or a foul to stop a run. And right now, we kind of struggle with that just based on personnel. But, last night I think we only made 15 shots, which is not very good. You got to put the ball in the hole. I thought we defended hard. I thought we lost Lyles in transition a few times, and Carter Webb's going to be Carter Webb. He had 18, but I kind of take that going into the game.
Right.
Just, need to make a few more shots kind of there in the third quarter or get a few more stops, one or the other, to give ourselves a chance.
Well, let's talk about a couple of you kids who have put the ball in the basket. Some, Haggard. Talk about him.
Yeah, Bryant's, he's a sophomore. He's a competitor. Sometimes he lets that get the best of him, and we got to do our best to control that. I think he had 19 last night. He's averaging right around that 19-20 range. Really good player. there's times he takes bad ones, and you're like, man, but then there's times that he makes bad ones. You kind of got to live with it, or either got to live with it or don't let him shoot any of them. And right now with us, we kind of let him live with it, and hope he gets hot and sees those things go in. And then, of course, Josh Wiley had 16 last night. He's averaging double figures. He's played well. Yeshai Cobb has shot it well. He didn't last night. Made the first 3 of the game, and then I think he's still waiting to make his next one. But he got open, and we know Yeshai works, and he's in the gym, and he's probably there right now. Frustrated, working on his shot, and trying to see what he can do to get better. But I think he's made close to 53s right now through 17 games, which is, obviously really good, about 3 a game. But we just need, I told our team the other day, we've got to become a team that scores at all 3 levels. And it's like right now, we can make a few threes a game, but where else are our points coming from? They coming from foul line, they coming from mid-range, they coming from layups or shots at the rim. Where are they coming from? And I think that's something that we've got to keep working on over the next month, and hopefully come tournament time, we're a little bit more complete team.
So I haven't seen the kid play, but I guess Haggard is one of those dead gum shooters. He launches it, and you say dead gum, and it's like dead gum, good shot.
Yeah.
He's one of those kind of kids, right?
Yeah, no, yes is what I've called him. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's like he shoots it, and you're like, no, what are you doing? Hey, great shot.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly right. But he takes I think he was 5 of 15 last night, which isn't great, and he knows that. And he's, asking me now, last night after the game, Coach, can I get in the gym tomorrow? We've got county swim, as we talked about. We've got cheer camps. I don't know if he'll be able to get into it today, but, it's something you like to hear, at least from your kids, of how am I, if I have an off night shooting, I want it to bother them. I want them to be ready to come back into the gym and get better. Now, you can't control how many shots you make every night, but I think you can control the effort and intensity and the work ethic you put into that. And that's what we're trying to change. And, hearing Bryant say that and a couple other guys, it at least shows that the culture is starting to turn into being a tougher team, I guess.
Well, and that's important, especially if the kid's a sophomore, that you're wanting to instill that work ethic and that pride and that competitiveness.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's one the line I always tell our guys is, you don't want to get a year older, you want to get a year better. Anybody can get a year older. And that's, when I was at Siegel, I thought those, Schneider, Swader, Jalen Wetzel, Martise Jackson, et cetera. We had a bunch of good players while I was there. Tyler Erdman, who's my assistant now, it was one of those, they took the off season as, I got to get better. And our guys are starting to figure that out here. We got a lot of multiple sport athletes, so some of that is figuring it out. But some of that's also, I want to play AAU. I want to, be in the gym. I want to, be waking up and texting Coach, can you open the gym, and worrying me to death. I love getting a text of, hey, can you open the gym? Great example of that is I'm on my way over here, and Artasia Cole, who played for the girls a couple years ago, sent me a text. Hey, Coach, can you open the gym later? I can't. I've got stuff going on with my family. I was like, hey, I can tomorrow. And, as a former Oak Ridge, or an Oak Ridge alumni and somebody that's playing in collegiate ball at Tusculum, that's good to see. And hopefully, more of our guys will continue to learn what it takes and keep working at it to get better.
Headed to Blackman, big test for you guys, but excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, they've got size, we don't, but so we'll have to try to scheme it up, and find a way to make it hard on them and play our hardest, do our best, and hopefully we can make some shots and get some stops and find a way to make it a 4-quarter game.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Dyron Birdwell, Dyron Nix is, I think, is who he was named after. It may not have the hair of Dyron Nix, but he's got the basketball mentality of Dyron Nix.
That's right. I couldn't jump as wide as him either, but yeah, exactly right.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, providing superior legal representation to injury victims and their families. Find out more at johndaylegal.com.
Is your car running like a dream, or does it need a little TLC? At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we treat your vehicle like it's one of our own. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
Been coming to them ever since he opened up. Good family. I recommend to other people to get them repaired here because I knew they would do it and do it right. Been happy to send people to him because I trust what he does so much.
We're crazy about him. It's all about the doctor.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
No.
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Little Caesars Pizza is a proud supporter of all Rutherford County high school athletes. Be sure to visit your Murfreesboro Little Caesars today.
Pizza.
You've seen the ads out there, companies wanting to buy your home. But why sell yourself short when you can get fair market value? I'm Lisa Patton. If you have an estate to settle or a home to sell, call Parks Auction. We'll work with you to sell your home or property in any condition with no costly repairs on your timeline. Why accept one offer when you can have multiple? You need Parks Auction. We look out for your best interest. Call Parks Auction today. We handle everything.
You've heard people say, you know your work by your name, but there's no better name for residential and business concrete work than Dan France Concrete. From basic slabs to decorative stamping, for your next concrete project, call Dan France Concrete, 615-642-5152.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Trust me, Dan is committed to the community and will offer you a great product. He'll stand behind his work and make sure you're satisfied with every aspect of the work. Dan France Concrete.
Murfreesboro is conducting a special census. Listing everyone in your household helps the city qualify for more funding to improve roads, parks, and services. Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland.
All we need is your address and the first and last names of everyone living at your home. That's it. Take part in our 2025 special census.
Complete the form online at murfreesborocensus.com.
Count me in.
Hey, count me in.
And count me in too.
Let's make sure every resident counts. Visit murfreesborocensus.com.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
And the Blue Raiders win again.
Man, I really need to get some new MT gear.
Where are you going?
I thought I'd go to the bookstore.
Bookstore? I thought you wanted gear. Businesses always put what they're most proud of in their name.
So where do you go?
Raider Tees. They have tees, polos, hats, chairs, tents, artwork, everything blue for the true Blue Raider fan. They're just off Broad Street behind Chewy's Restaurant on Ridgely Road.
Raider Tees.
Like us on Facebook for early notice of specials and sales.
Raider Tees. Bigger, better, and go blue.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric, serving our community by providing affordable, reliable, and safe electricity online at mte.com. I'm Danny Brewer. You know, I'm really, really happy right now because I got Stewart's Creek head basketball coach Adam Jones on the line with us. Coach Jones, how are you this morning?
Good, Danny. How are you doing?
Man, I'm just happy to hog and slop because we got it's a fantastic time of year. We got basketball going on. There's 6 stakes races at the fairgrounds today. I'm a big horse racing guy, so we got the Cal Cup going on at Santa Anita, so it's fantastic. We don't have cold weather yet, so that's good. I know it's going to get chilly, but I think everything's good.
Yeah, a heck of a weekend ahead of us, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's talk a little bit about the Creek. This is your first year as the head boys basketball coach at Stewart's Creek. The winning athletic tradition that Stewart's Creek has been able to establish relatively early because I think the school's been there, like 10 years?
Yeah, I think this is 12th year, I think.
Okay, all right. So it's a little more than a decade. But when you think about what they've done, baseball-wise, girls basketball has been the state tournament. I know boys basketball has been very competitive. Football this year had their best season in school history. So the winning athletic tradition there at the Creek. Talk a little bit about being part of that.
Well, I was truly blessed to obviously get the job and to get the job at Stewart's Creek because, like you said, the athletics are trending upwards. As a newer school early on, it kind of, struggled a little bit, but as we keep growing and word gets out, there's so many move-ins every freaking year, coming into this area. Stewart's Creek is kind of one of the focal points that people want to live near, for good education and athletic-wise. Because, like you said, Coach Howard, baseball, that program's been incredible pretty much since the school opened. And, Ben Caudell had a great season this year. Coach Moore, girls soccer is always very competitive. Coach Starkey right now with the girls basketball. And then we're basically just trying to keep up. You set that winning tradition, and we just want to be a part of it.
Well, Coach, I think you did a little more than keep up last night. Big win over Smyrna. I want to talk about lighting the fuse. You're down by 12 in the second quarter, and then it was just like, I don't know if Austin Moore, your assistant coach, I know he's a genius over there on the sidelines. I don't know if he got a lighter out of his pocket and lit the fuse, but, man, what happened? Because you're down by 12, and then, bam, you're only down by 1.5, and the third quarter – 27-10 run to essentially put the game away.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Coach Moore all the credit. We kind of talked about it for the game. The atmosphere was going to be great. Obviously, Smyrna Stewart's Creek rivalry. We just can't get too jacked up and be crazy with it, and we just kind of struggled with turnovers as we started. We kind of had a lull. We wanted to get going really fast, and we kind of just wanted to do it all by ourselves individually. So we settled them down. We kind of talked about it. We switched up our defense a little bit, and we found a defense that really, really got us going, got us flying around, caused us get some turnovers. And we're best when we're in transition. Our kids love playing fast. We got to be more organized at times when we're playing fast, but kind of a defensive switch up, got us fired up, got us going, and we were able to knock in a couple threes that also helped put us over the edge a little bit because we were 0 from 3 until Cam Nelson hit a couple in that little stretch there where we called back to one before halftime. And then, at halftime we talked about it. We're just going to keep the defense going. We're going to fly around. We're going to get in transition, and shots are going to start falling. And they did, and the kids responded extremely well and played hard, and it just worked out for us.
The three-quarter court press that you put on, that seemed to, I don't know if it united your boys or what, but like you said, they played so much better team basketball then as far as creating turnovers, moving the basketball, and getting open shots.
Yeah, it did. We started kind of with a kind of a half-court zone kind of trapping deal. That's kind of what I wanted to start. And it was okay, but it just didn't get us the turnovers and the transition we needed. Because offensively, we tried to do something kind of new for Smyrna, and we looked good in practice, and we came out, we just did not execute it very well at all. So we weren't scoring, weren't hitting shots, taking good shots. I'm okay shooting threes, as long as we're coming inside out, out of rhythm, out of offense. But we were just kind of one-on-one, letting it fly, and that's not going to get you going, especially if you're missing them. And that led to transition points for Smyrna on the other end. So we hopped in a little press, and the kids wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it. And I said, let's go fire a shot, see what happens. Let's fly around. And boy, they sure met the challenge, and that got us going.
It absolutely did. So let's talk about the start of the second half. You had all the momentum. You're down by 1, but still you had all the momentum going into halftime. You come out of with the ball second half. The first play, you run a back pick, alley-oop for a dunk. The kid missed the dunk.
Yeah.
But that sent a message were you trying to tell your team, hey, look, we're going at them. We're not laying down here. We're going at them, because that, to me, that just only encapsulated what you were doing there as far as just a huge momentum.
Yeah, well, we put that in shoot around yesterday morning, or I guess yesterday afternoon during school. and we're going to be ready. So the first time we see zone, and the plan was actually to do it right after halftime. But Coach Smith hadn't ran any zone yet, but we were ready for it. He said the first possession we see zone, we're running this play, and basically to get some energy going. Now, I told Dez, you don't have to dunk it. I would like 2 points. You can just catch it, lay it in. But he went up for the highlight, but unfortunately missed it. I was nervous about it anyway, but it was a tone setter because when we first practiced it shoot around, we hit the top of the backboard with the pass. We threw it out of bounds, so I didn't know what was going to happen. But like you said, we needed a tone setter to kind of keep the momentum, and we challenged the kids at halftime to win the first 4 minutes. And if we can have the lead in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, we'll be fine, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, 27-10 run, 31 points in the first half, 27 in the third quarter. Outstanding quarter for you guys, outstanding.
Yeah, it really was. They met the challenge. They were ready for it. And then, like I said, the Stewart's Creek-Smyrna rivalry is awesome. And you got to have some energy, and we finally hit some shots, and that just kept with the energy, and the kids just played so hard through it. I was really proud of them.
Let's talk a little bit about Goggins. I think he's a sophomore, but that kid can flat play. He had some high energy plays last night. Lots. If he could have converted a few in the first half, I know he had 20. I think hell, he might have had 30 if he could have converted a few of those around the rim in the first half.
Yeah, and it's kind of. I'll take a little bit of blame in the first half because it was kind of a new offense we wanted to do, and again, like I said, we executed in practice so well. That I was confident in it, but we just didn't do much with it in the first half. It was just more one-on-one. Because if we didn't do that, I probably would have put Sean in the post a little bit more and tried to feed him and kind of let him go to work. But I thought our motion offense that we put in would be the best option, but obviously that didn't work out. But, he's such a great offensive player, skilled, kind of like an old man's game, He's quick, he's athletic, but when he gets the ball, it's kind of slow motion. His footwork's great, gets to where he wants to go. But he helps us a ton. And, we got to – and he can shoot from the outside too. But collectively as a team, we're basically all guards. We got to keep working. We got to be a little bit more of an outside threat at times and consistency.
That's a very adept description of him, old man's game, because he seems to use his body very well. And like you said, his footwork is excellent too. Yeah.
But he's sneaky athletic too. He had last night was just a dunk fest for everybody. Smyrna got us a couple times in the first half, and we got him a couple times. But he's super athletic, and he can score at all three levels. But, only being a sophomore, he's gotten so much better, stronger, but there's still a ton of room to grow. So the next few years after this one should be really, really good for him. Yeah,
let's talk a little bit about the dunks. You're right, it was a dunk fest. Lots of excitement, lots of crowd rising to their feet and all that stuff. You've got one kid who pulled off a couple of really, really nice dunks. Talk a little bit about him, because those are such energy plays.
They are. Des Carpenter, he's been, we have 8-9 guys that are good players. I tell them all the time, we have 7 guys that can start. I got to pick 5, but I got 7. So we got a lot of depth. But Dez has been pretty much one of our better defenders and better offensive players all year long. And he is an absolute freak athlete. Now at times we got to rein him in because he likes to leak out a little bit to get the highlight dunks. We say, Dez, we need to get rebounds first. But he's getting better at that. But he is an unbelievable athlete. Coming into district, he's had 2 decent games. But before district, he had some 30-point games, 20-point games, but he's getting scouted a little bit more come district time. So it's kind of on me to kind of get him more involved off the ball so he can get going a little bit more. But athletic-wise, he's probably the best in the league.
2-0 in the district, which is outstanding. Mm-hmm. You talk about what you got coming up this week as far as district play.
We got Wilson Central on Tuesday. We're fortunate to start 3 home games in a row for district. So we got Wilson Central on Tuesday, and then we got our first road game at Laverne. Laverne started on the road both times to start district, and they're 2-0. So, obviously trying to go 2-0 this week. We're going to take it week by week, obviously game by game, and kind of a little in-season district while district is going on. You kind of go every week. Let's try to go 2-0 this week and see what happens. But this league, if you don't show up, there are no bad teams. If you don't show up, lay eggs, you can go on a losing streak very, very quickly. So told the kids, celebrate the one last night, celebrate it today, and then we'll be back to work tomorrow to kind of focus on Wilson Central.
Coach, exciting times at the Creek. On Tuesday at Wilson Central, I encourage everybody to get over there. I'm going to present Coach Caudill with my annual football award for the fantastic job that he did. So we're going to recognize him, the Creek Excellence, at halftime of your game. So I encourage people to get over there and show Coach Caudill how much you appreciate the job he did. And also, you can see some fantastic basketball because the Creek is rising.
Yes, sir. I sure hope so. Yeah. I mean, the crowd last night was great. I hope more people come out. Hopefully we can win some more games and have crowds like that every single night.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Coach Adam Jones doing great things over there at Stewart's Creek. Get over there Tuesday night to see them. I know the Friday night game at Laverne will be fantastic too. Coach Jones, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, Danny. Thank you for having me.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. If you're looking for a hometown feel with your bank, turn to the First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, offering full-service banking and mortgage services.
Sir Pizza.
You in a hurry for dinner? Well, we've made it even easier to order online at sirpizzatn.com. Tap the location nearest you and begin your carry-out or delivery order at sirpizzatn.com. You can choose from our full menu, and we'll take care of the rest. A Queen's Feast is calling my name. Order Murfreesboro's favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
Stickers, labels, we do a lot of direct mail, booklets, manuals, programs. My name is Jeff Carlton. I handle sales and marketing for Franklin's Print Works here at Murfreesboro. We are at 2227 South Park Drive. Franklin's Print Works has been in Murfreesboro for over 25 years. We are a full-service commercial printer. We offer everything from business cards to brochures, booklets to banners, everything in between. Our website is franklinsprinting.org.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Rick Hall with Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna. Give Rick a call for auto, home, business, and life insurance needs. Find out more online at rayburn.net. Danny Brewer back with you. Extremely pleased right now because we got Wendell Ingram, basketball mastermind over at Rockvale. You know, Coach Ingram, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. I don't feel like a mastermind sometimes, but I take it.
There you go. Well, you know, Coach, it's all your perspective. I mean, you know, when you think about things, it's all your perspective, and perspective can be reality. And I'm saying mastermind, so by golly, that's the reality this morning.
I do it. I
take
it.
So let's talk a little bit about Rockvale. How many? Is this your third season at Rockvale or fourth year? Or what? How many years at Rockvale?
This is my third season.
Third season as head coach at Rockvale.
Yes,
so
sir.
What's your current record right now?
Right now we are right at 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Yep.
Okay.
I had to count the Laverne. Yep.
So,
9 and 10.
So you've had lots of games.
Yes.
Do you happy with where your team is right now as far as, you know, the progression? Because, you know, obviously it's a building process.
Yes. I am. When I sat down last spring and did the schedule, I wasn't doing the schedule to say I want to win 25 games. I was doing the schedule to say, hey, I want to play deeper into March. I went and scheduled some tough teams. I went and got, Lipscomb Academy, Ainsworth, Page, Nolensville, We went and played Centennial. We went to West Tennessee and played 2 Memphis teams. So all of those teams that we've played are going to probably win their district. They're going to probably have a chance to go to state. Ensworth has 2 4-star guys, pretty good. Lipscomb, same. And at the same time, I had to be careful as well, too, to make sure they didn't take none of my players. But it's getting us better now. Right now, we're starting to figure this thing out, and it's helped us a whole lot.
That's some of the beauty of basketball, especially when you're thinking about your pre-district schedule, is because it's a tournament sport. So what matters is when how you're playing at the end.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Last I checked, I don't remember seeing a trophy ceremony for wins in November and December. So we had to remind parents as well that, hey, trophies are not given in November and December. It's what do you do to get ready for January, February, and try to play in March. That's the biggest goal.
Well, because it's big picture, right? You have to remember that there is a bigger picture out there.
Yes, sir. Big picture.
So let's talk about a few kids. You got some Rockets that are blasting off. I think against Oakland, I think you had 3 kids maybe in double figures.
We had 4. We had Malachi Long led us with 20. Ty Newton came in hot in the second and third quarter. He had 15. Caleb Lewis had 11, and Elijah France had 10.
And when you have 4 guys in double figures, man, that's got to it makes the coach smile, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we talk about that in August, September, and October when we're doing conditioning. We're not keying in on 1 and 2 players every practice. If you look at my stat sheet, I'm playing 10 and 11 guys every night because you play those guys early, and then when you throw them in there in the middle of a district game, they're not surprised. Parents are not saying, "Oh, let me get my phone out." They've been used to it, and they, no one's nervous. I've been playing a lot of sophomores. I'm playing 3 sophomores right now. That's going to be really, really, really good next year, and I got 2 juniors that's been in our top scorers that's going to be very, very good next year as well. So, and then I got my veteran guys like Ty, Malachi, Amari Dewberry, Braylon, and Wyatt, DJ. Those guys are senior leaders that's first in the weight room. They're first on the practice court, last to lead the practice court, and guys are feeding off of that right now.
Well, that's good, Coach. I'm happy that you kind of threw me the alley-oop, passing to my next point. You play a high-intensity style of basketball, and that means you play a lot of kids because you want to keep fresh bodies on the floor. So you've got a roster that allows you to do that.
I tell them all the time, I want you diving on the floor. If you get tired, we got Gatorade, water, whatever your preference is. If you scrape your leg up, anything, man, we keep witch hazel, first aid kits on the side, things like that, man. So we don't sit here and slow down this train to pick up anything. We just keep on moving, and then once you get back well, you jump right back on there and where things left off at.
Talk a little bit about Ty Newton. I know he's a kid that has played for you and done well for you for several years now.
I know a lot of the radio guys, like, they always joke, they feel like Ty's been there 7 years. Man, Ty's a kid, man, big heart, man, leader, great on the court, great on the baseball field. Man, we go round and round a lot of times in practice and in the huddles at the games. But I love that kid, man. He's a great kid, man. You can't ask for a better kid. When you need a basket, he's going to get it. When you need somebody to say, "Hey, Ty, can you give me a stop?" He's going to get it for you. He doesn't ask questions. He puts his body on the line. He's going to lead Rockville in a great place. He's going.
Well, Coach, leadership. I mean, is that one of the greatest things you see from Ty Newton?
Ty Newton, man, he's I mean, if you're not pushing yourself, he's gonna let you know about it. People in the school respect him. I think he just got picked for homecoming court. Man, he's a great kid, man. He trusted me when I came in. All he told me was like, man, I just want us to be respected. I want teams to respect us when we get on the court, and that's what we've did. We've earned their respect.
So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the week that was. Tell me what happened this past week.
This past week we went to Oakland, first district game of the season. Man, we went over there. We started off a little sluggish. They came out fire, man. A couple guys hitting some threes. We knew that they had one of the leading scorers in our district in Haggerty. we made sure that we didn't let him get going. We said, hey, if anybody else is going to beat us, we'd rather for somebody else to beat him. So I think we held him about 7 or 8 points. He's been averaging about 20 points a game. We jumped out on him. We was down 13, came back in and win about 24 points, I think it was. And it's just we started playing our style of play. And I don't like putting it on the referee sometimes, but, man, if you can let us play our style of play, you're going to have a long night.
So, Coach, down by 13 but win by 20, that's huge. I mean, not only from a statistical standpoint, but just from a mental standpoint of knowing that, hey, look, even though we're down 13, we ain't giving up.
We don't give up. That's one thing about us. I think it was this radio station that gave us the name Cardiac Boys. We're going to keep you on the edge of the seat. We practice those situations. So in practice, I'll say, hey, guys, we're down 10, we're down 5, but you can't take a 3. You got to take everything. It's got to be a layup or something like that. And you got to press full court. We do situations like that in practice to get us ready for games like that. And you don't see the coaches on the side nervous or anything. You don't see our fans leaving because they know we don't give up until the game is over. And like I said, it's how we worked on our bodies in August and September to get us in those situations.
Outstanding. Yeah, cardiac. You're right about that, Coach. but that's good, though. It's an exciting brand of basketball that I'm sure the Rockville faithful can appreciate.
I had a fan who came and said that he attended Rockville, a long time ago, and he told me, he said, you guys are fast. He said, you guys get it and y'all go. We scored 83 points in a district game the other night, which, you don't see a lot of teams putting up that many points, but that's what we've been doing all season. We've been scoring in the 70s and 80s. But at the same time, we got to get better on defense, and we got to start out the gate, in a better situation, because teams like Blackman and Siegel and even Oakland and Riverdale, they're not going to let you just be sluggish and then give you a chance to come back. Not Blackman, definitely not Blackman.
So what you got coming up this week, Coach?
This week we got a tough one, man. We're still on the road. We don't get on home again till the 28th of January. We're at Siegel on Tuesday night, and we're at Blackman on Friday night. Big time games. It's not going to disappoint you. Those games are going to be tough. It's going to be a good measuring stick for us right there.
Yes, sir, because, when you think about Siegel, I mean, they were the bell cow last year. Blackman has traditionally been the best in Rutherford County for as long as Coach Workman has been there. So, absolutely right on the measuring stick. Do your kids understand the challenge you got facing you this week?
They do, because after we get done with Blackman, we go to Eagleville on Monday night, which is a great team right now. I mean, they're number 1, number 2 in the state. And like I said, I don't know what beverage I was probably drinking when I was doing this schedule, but man, it's I hope it helps us in the March, to be honest.
Well, maybe a little Remy Martin or something, but we don't know. We'll keep that off the record, Coach. but the Highway 99 rivalry is what the Eagle game be. That's exciting, though, isn't it?
It is. It's a basically just a reward for the fans, man. It's now, it used to be where you can drive down that road and you count only about 9 or 10 houses. Now you're starting to see houses pop up everywhere down there, to where that rivalry is going to get stronger. But both programs respect each other. We don't want to lose to them. They don't want to lose to us. The fans is going to come out and enjoy that type of game. And it's good for the community, to be honest.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Coach. And I'm glad that you guys are scheduling games like that, because sometimes Rockville, you're a 4A school, and so you may not want to always schedule those games, but I'm glad that you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, to me, it may not be as big as our school, but man, to me, that program is lovely. Baseball, basketball, they're pretty good over there. So I love those guys over there, and man, just to keep that tradition going is big for our area.
Well, that's old school stuff, because Rutherford County has had proud tradition for a long time with the smaller communities, Rockville, Eagleville, yes, some of those smaller communities getting together athletically. So that's good, really good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Coach, we appreciate your time. That's Wendell Ingram. He's getting good things done over there at Rockville High School. We appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck, Coach.
Hey, thank you guys.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Little Caesars Pizza with 4 Murfreesboro locations: Memorial Boulevard, Warrior Drive, South Rutherford Boulevard, and Old Fort Parkway. Get hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars.
We're at Rick's Barbecue on Warrior Drive, talking with Anne Marie Brents.
When people walk in and they're like, tell me what's good, I usually tell them the loaded baked potato, which is a fully loaded potato with the butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon, and chives, and then we put meat on top of it.
At Rick's, they use the largest potatoes you can find.
Every Tuesday, we run a special on the loaded potatoes. We call it Tater Tuesday, and we sell a lot of potatoes.
Barbecue, smoked chicken, ribs, they've got it all at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive, and online at ricksbbq.com.
With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. Give me a call at 615-873-1700 and let me show you. With discounts up to 40%, you may find it even costs less.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. You do anything to protect your kids. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and it's important to protect them with life insurance. I can make it easy and affordable for you to protect your family.
For 150 years, First National Bank of Middle Tennessee has been helping local businesses with their banking needs. Hi, this is Justin Burris, commercial banker at the 1708 Gateway Boulevard office. Let us show you how easy it is to do business with a true community bank. Local people making local decisions for our friends and neighbors like you.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
How about a fix for your sweet tooth? Donut Country is open 24 hours a day to cure your cravings. They've been serving up the freshest donuts in Murfreesboro since 1978. There's just something different about donuts from Donut Country. Bo and Cindy Davis and their wonderful staff will greet you with a smile, and you'll see all donuts aren't created equal. Fresh donuts anytime you want them, 24/7 at Donut Country on Memorial down from Clark. And they're open each morning on Middle Tennessee Boulevard. Check out their Facebook page for specials and promotions. Nothing else compares to Donut Country. Open 24 hours.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
We are back on the Coaches Show, which is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin. He'll work with you to help you complete a tailored and complete strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin. Joining us this morning from Eagleville, David McLaren, head coach of the Eagles, and made that long trek down to Huntley last night and made it back in one piece and a big win. Coach, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was a good trip, but it was a long trip last night.
How many of your trips aren't long trips, I guess, is the real question.
That's true. All of our district games are roughly an hour and a half away. So we've been some road warriors this year. We've been on the road quite a bit.
Well, off to a fine start. What I found was 16-2. Is that close to the record here?
Yes, sir. It is. Yes.
Well, state ranked. You really battled some teams, Coach, that are kind of right there in that same boat with you all, and you've gotten some recognition around the state. It's not the first time that Eagle has had that, but I'm certain that there's kind of I guess kind of a thin line that you have to to travel as a coach, not too pumped up? Do you put any stock in any of that stuff, or kind of how do you handle that?
Well, I think every year you go in with expectations of being one of the top teams. So I think that's always one of our goals is to be at a place where we can compete at a state level. I think our scheduling this year was definitely going to test us to see if we're worthy of any of that recognition. And we played Peachtree County, who's a top 10 team, and Richland and Santa Fe, and we've gone out and played Loretta, who's number one in AA, and we've played bigger schools. So these young men, they've been put to the test, and you would like to think there is some stock in our work that we put in so far, and they're 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, so anything can happen any time. But as far as where we're at right now, I feel like we're one of the top teams today.
Well, John and I had some conversation on and off the air. We kind of talked a little bit about your sectional game last year, and Frank Hughes getting to the championship game and all of those kinds of things. I mean, that's something for these guys that probably has to stick in their mind just a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, obviously, there's a couple of things that you can look at from that. One, we missed a great opportunity. We were in control of the game, and I think our experience and our youth at that point in time showed they had already been in sub-state for a couple of years, and so they had some narrow misses as well, and they were a little more comfortable in that game, I think we were. And then we bring back all of our pieces, and I feel like we still have a chip on our shoulder, and want to get back to that to prove that we have put in work to get to that next step. It's not going to be an easy one. We have two top 10 teams in our region, so it will be a very difficult test just to get to the state, but we're very capable, and we're working really hard. So I do think that's in the back of our head.
We're talking to David McLaren this morning, the head coach of the Eagles. Winners last night, 70-26 over Huntland, and 16-2. Kind of walk us through what you did during the holiday period, and then we're going to talk a little bit about district play coming up. What did you all do during that time?
Yes, sir. We went down to Loretta, Tennessee, and played in their Christmas Classic. We played three games there. First game we played Lincoln County, who's a 4A school, and got a win. They're not what I would say a strong 4A school, but they are a 4A school. And so anytime you get a win, they're much bigger than we are. So it was a good win. We played very well. Turned around and played Marsh County High School, which is a 3A school. They're very athletic, and their athleticism was really challenging for us. Fast. They had good size, and we ended up winning that game in overtime, which was a really good test for us. And then we went and played Loretta in the championship of that, and we got our feelings hurt in that game. They came out Loretta right now, number one ranked team in AA. They've got great size. They're well coached. First quarter, we just, I'm not sure if it was routine, Christmas break, or we survived, dodged the bullet against Marshall County and won, and we feeling good about ourselves, but it was a much needed wake-up call for us, because it showed us if we don't show up, that we can lose real quick, and we played even after the first quarter, and I was proud of our guys. We didn't quit, but the first quarter was very humbling for us. And so, and again, Loretta's a very well coached, very athletic team with good size. but we didn't give our best to show up. So that's been like I said just a minute ago. That was a good humbling experience for us. The guys were disappointed in their effort, and so that was our Christmas break. And then we right after that, still not back in school. We traveled about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes down to Pickett County, and they're a top 10 team, and they just don't lose in the gym. And we picked up just a really good win for us. We won 74-71. They turned around and beat Cook the next night. Cookville. So they're playing really good too. Sometimes you wanna. You don't know how well you're playing until that team turns around and just beat another quality team.
Yeah, and that team may not have reacted in that game had they not had that pre-Christmas Loretto game. It's weird how it happens together, isn't it?
It really is. And Loretta's, hour and 45 minutes away. Pickett County, 2.5 hours away. We've been traveling, from north of Tennessee to south of Tennessee. We've been all over the place. And these guys just represented their school and their families and their teammates, very well. And just really proud of their effort so far.
David McLaren joining us here this morning as we talk Eagle basketball. And Coach, I did want to mention some of your players who've had some outstanding games on Tuesday night. Camden Cole poured in 23 for you in the win over Richland, which was a nice win. And he was perfect from the free throw line, if I understand right. 13 of 13, which the coach loves that.
Yeah, absolutely. Camden and get free throw line quite frequently. The last time we played, Richland was 9 of 9. So he's scored 1,000 point as a junior. So Camden, really hitting coming into his stride right now, like we expect him to do. And he's playing very well right now. And not only did he put in points, but he's really growing in the area of getting all of his teammates involved. He gets a lot of attention on the floor. So very happy with his progress. He put us on his back there in that game and certain stretches helped us in the lead. A very good Richland team.
Gray Barker had 13 in that game, and Jackson Nichols with 9 in that one. Going back to Tuesday the 7th, your leading scorer was your son Owen, 17 points in the 78-53 win over Summertown. Camden had 16, and Gray Barker with 12 in that. And last night down at Huntland, Owen had 10 points, and read a really nice article about it. And second time you've gotten to coach a son through the program, and I know that's got to be really special.
It is. There's two different types of players who understand. One understood his role on the team he played on, and Owen understands his role, and just pleased with their acceptance of roles. Owens worked hard along with all the. There's a bunch of Owens on our team. We have a bunch of kids that are putting in and just tremendous amount of work outside of practice to get to where we're at. And so, sometimes it's rewarding, sometimes it's not rewarding coaching your own son. So it's a challenge all within itself. But just proud of him and his teammates. They all, I don't really think any of them here who gets the recognition. I would like to say, we have two seniors that really are getting a lot of playing time, and their names need to be mentioned. Sure, Gray Barker is just. He's having a phenomenal season. He's been asked to play two or three different roles on the team, from three, from a small forward to a post, center, and he is just an image of his sissy, rebounding and scoring just every night. And he's one that probably could put up 20 points on a lot of teams every night. That's the strength of this team we've got. We probably have 3 or 4 kids that can, if it was a different circumstance and they didn't have the teammates they have surrounding them, they would be 20, 25 point scorers every night. But these guys, there's a lot of veterans on this team, and so they share the ball. We have somewhere around 4 scores and double digits almost every night, and not always the same 4. So and Brady Burns, he's been on and off the starter all 4 years of his career, and he's the role model of what image of what a role player you would want on your team, from starting to coming off the bench, and you can't tell the difference in his energy or his focus. So I'm really proud of our seniors. That trickles down to all the other players on the team. When you have two seniors that are accepting of their roles, nobody else really, kind of bicker about it.
Yeah.
They just follow.
Davey, you have been on the road for a long time, but you're going to be rewarded here now at the end of the regular season a bit. You've got Fayetteville at home, Rockvale. You do go to Moore County, then Cascade, Huntland, and then Fayetteville again to wrap up district play. But you've got several home games here, so it's time to pack the house and get in and support the Eagles.
Yeah, it's going to feel weird playing at home so much and not on the bus. We're excited, you have to protect your home court, but we're excited about getting playing in front of all of our fans. We've had just a great following to all of our games. I just really want to take this moment to thank all of our fans for getting out on the road and traveling. We travel well, and we're always represented well in the stands. So we have a good following, we have a good crowd base, and sometimes we're on the road. We have a home game on the road sometimes, but it will be really nice to have a little stretch here where we get to play at home.
Well, Davey, good luck here, and we'll catch up in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yes, sir. Thanks so much.
Always fun to talk to Davey McLaren on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Last Cast Feed Supply, locally owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, specializing in animal feeds, premium pet foods, farm supplies, and more. We are back on the Coaches Show, which is brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. He'll work with you to help you complete a tailored and complete strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. Joining us this morning from Eagleville, Davey McLaren, the head coach of the Eagles, and made that long trek down to Huntland last night and made it back in one piece and a big win. Coach, good morning to you.
Call me.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was a good trip, but it was a long trip last night.
How many of your trips aren't long trips, I guess, is the real question.
Last Cast Feed Supply has premium feeds.
We are back on the Coaches Show, which is brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. He'll work with you to help you complete a tailored and complete strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. Joining us this morning from Eagleville, Davey McLaren, the head coach of the Eagles, and made that long trek down to Hunt. Back on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1977. Get the best service with Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, online at PrenticeAllsup.com. Time to talk some Seagull Boys basketball. Head coach Matt Rigsby joins us, and next week we're definitely going to need that heat, aren't we?
Start by giving me a call. Forecast this morning. I'm not a fan of it. It's coming in regardless. I like it or not.
That is true. It is definitely coming. So we're not chilly in the gym last night.
Rely on the
came out
experienced professionals.
pretty hot.
Prentice Allsup
Boy, was
Heating
it was
Whether it's the blazing
back on the
heat of
Coaches Show,
summer
brought to you
or the
by
bitter
Prentice
cold of
Allsup Heating and
winter,
Air.
The Marine Pro Professionals
Back
at
on the
Prentice
Coaches
Allsup
Show,
Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Life's too short to stress about insurance. That's why Ray Call at Rayburn Insurance is here to make sure you have the right coverage without all the hassle. He'll work
Back
hard
on the
to
Coaches
provide
Show, brought to you by Prentice
personalized
Orthopedic.
service and finding the best solutions for you and your family. Whether you're looking for auto, home, or business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. Let him handle the details so you can focus on what really matters.
The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
Back on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1977. Get the best service with Prentice Allsup Heating and Air online at PrenticeAllsup.com. Time to talk some Seagull Boys basketball. Head coach Matt Rigsby joins us, and next week we're definitely going to need that heat, aren't we?
That's South forecast this morning. I'm not a fan of it. It's coming in regardless. I like it or not.
That is true. It is definitely coming. So we're not chilly in the gym last night. Your team came out pretty hot. And boy, it was a game of streaks and runs. And you had more streaks than one.
Yeah. And it's always that way when we play that, especially you know. I mean, all these kids know each other. You know, Seagull, Oakland. Relatively close. And, you know, they grew up playing with each other in middle school. AAU ball and all these things. And you know, it's kind of just play in a nutshell too. You know, we're all good teams. I mean, good teams make runs. You know, just are you going to be the one that makes the last one? I guess. You know, sometimes what it comes down to. You've got Carter Webb. Carter draws a lot of attention. Played very well last night. Obviously, he had 18 points. But I don't think anybody's sleeping on Dorian Lyles either. But he's on Dorian Lyles. Yeah, he had a phenomenal game. Yeah. You know, he led us 22 points. But what I want people to make sure they key on too, don't look at the statistics. Exactly. I mean, he's ripping grown man offensive rebounds out of there. And of course, with his ability, he can do that. He does it night out.
And you've got a 6'10" guy, but he somehow he probably has more rebounds than anybody on the floor.
And rebounding too is, obviously Dorian's gifted at that, of course, but he's very smart. He reads the ball from him very well. But he wants to attack the basketball after it comes off the rim. And you don't get to 22 points and have the game you did. Not great offensive rebound. And we tell our kids, if you want to be a scorer, be an offensive rebounder. Your shot may not be falling that night. All right, but you can go get it and give yourself another opportunity. Your team another opportunity in that session. So and we've been on our guys a little bit too. A little bit of standing there and watching shot goes up. Not Dorian, however. I'll tell you that. He had a phenomenal game last night.
He certainly did. He's kind of like in a bottle. And on the defensive side, the reads, the steals that he had, he's got to have great core vision.
Yeah, and he's maybe the incorrect term, but we call him very handsy. I mean, he can get deflection wise, steal wise, just get the hand on the ball as an on-ball defender too. And again, he wants to be a good defender. He wants to be good on both ends of the floor.
Well, definitely proved that last night. He was leading scorer in the win over Oakland, and Carter had 18 for you in last night's game, and also got to see T.J. Irvin for the first time, I think, right?
Yeah, T.J. became eligible this week, and we knew he was going to be a spark and a little bit of an infusion of energy for us. When you think TJ, you got to think energy. Every day in practice, we've seen it since November. And I'm proud of TJ. He comes to Seagull. He's not eligible. To play rule 12 months from your last contest. He bided his time and great practice player throughout. Never got discouraged. And he knew his time was going to come. We talked about Frank. His ability. And his leadership ability too, back to being that spark, was going to warrant what he's going to get going forward.
Yeah. So maybe a lot of people listening don't know how that works. You mentioned 12 months after you played your last game, wherever you were, whatever transfer. But you do get to still be part of the team, practice, go to games, all those kinds of things.
Correct. And you play JV games.
Okay. So still getting plenty of work, still being a part of the team and the culture. Otherwise, it would be really difficult. I mean, if this is the first time this guy's touched a basketball in a year, so that's unfair.
I wouldn't even dare know how to massage that. I mean, that wouldn't be fair to the rest of the kids. No. TJ's been a practice player all season so far. He's paid his.
Last night was a matchup between two teams that dropped their first district game earlier in the week, and Boyd District plays so compact right now. We're playing this just in a few weeks. To do that on the road was really big for you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to talk about positives, I've got to be man enough to talk about the negatives too. We don't play well at Riverdale Tuesday night and take the loss. Riverdale had a lot to do with it. Don't get me wrong. 2 of 16 from 3 is not going to get it done either, especially on the road against a quality team like Riverdale. And so we did shoot it a lot better last night. I haven't seen the stats yet on how we shot it last night. But that's plagued us all year. It really has. Our shooting percentage as a whole are down from last year. Player to player. You mentioned Lawson Lee shot it very well. However, Damon Goring is getting 1 minute for us. Right. He deserves. He's shot it well. And he's shoot a little bit more. We need to find him in open spots a little bit more. He has shot it well. But
and your freshman team,
Kel Martin, he has had his spurts where he has shot it well. And he's going. We want him to shoot. A good looking stroke on him. Good looking touch. And it can't be Carter and Dorian. It can't. That's not how great teams operate.
Well, I mean, if it were just those two in a hypothetical, then what do you think the other team's going to do defensively? They're probably going to put two on each other, right?
Yeah. We've Franklin, every trip we play Franklin, Christmas break, center runner, Carter, he touches the timeline, making it up. We've seen a Franklin boxing one, Carter, jumps coming, and you know what? He's that good, deserves that much attention.
Yeah. So he's built a great resume.
To his credit, absolutely. I'll never sit in this chair not Carter Webb for 4 years now. But it can't be just Carter. And again, that's why I credit Doran phenomenal game last night. And it's for us to get where we go. It's got to be 5, 6, 7 guys. Contributing in some way, shape, or form.
In the Coffee County win, Lawson had 13, I think it was. So if you could get three guys in double figures, you're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. And I think Lawson's again. I don't have to forgive me. I think Lawson's average about 10.5, maybe close to 11.
Yeah.
And so as an average, we've got three guys average double figures. We were 10 and 9, 19 games. So let's consider that.
Yeah.
And that'll hold true. By now, again, you're average who you are. And now if we can get the TJ, Damon, Kel Martins, get a little bit more out of them offensively, and because that's kind of plagued us again in terms of shooting basketball. I think we got a shot. Okay.
Matt Rigsby is here with us as we talk Eagle Boys basketball. I mentioned the district being compacted here to just a few weeks. I mean, it's hard for me to believe we're less than a month now from the end of the regular season, so it happens quick. But the hay that you make right now in these next few weeks are going to determine what seed you are in the tournament. We know how important that is for the longevity of whatever run anyone could make.
Yes, sir. And that's what I mean. The Riverdale loss was tough. I mean, but then again, I mean, it's this district is so competitive. Bottom. Hey, you lost the district road game. I think a lot of us will be able to say that. Before the season's over. No, it makes it tough in a 5-team district where you can get by with maybe one, but you can't lay too many eggs. It's back to your point, so condensed.
Yeah. And it's really hard for anybody to go undefeated, but there are a lot of teams that lose one or two games that can finish in the top one or two of a district, like this, especially as competitive as it is. And I guess you've seen film or whatnot on just about everybody. I think District 8 this year, from top to bottom, has grown up a lot from last year.
Absolutely. I mean, one through everybody in our district is well, I guess you probably say minus me. We lost a lot.
You did.
It's simply better. I mean, than last year. Of course, Blackman's Rockville. Ooh, they're so talented. One through about 8 kids or whatever. See what Riverdale's doing. How Coach Voss kept that bunch together. Positive with them. They punch us in the mouth, get their first win. Right off the bat. In district play. Man opens tough. We were fortunate last night. We adhered to the scout report a little bit defensively. Thank goodness, finally. Nothing's easy. Then I did start doing a little deep dive region opponents.
Oh boy, that's funny. Even more fun.
Same conversation. One through. See, they got 6-5, 1 through 11. Didn't beat anybody on any given night.
I think it's going to be a very exciting race through the regular season, but also equally as exciting. When we talk postseason, and I would not expect anything less than to have a representative or two. Make a really deep run. With tournaments, we continue to lose people as you go along, and I think your team is kind of built for that too.
Well, you say exciting. I say stressful and nerve-wracking.
Well, I can watch it as a fan.
Yeah. You get a different seat. I'm a little jealous though.
Well, let's talk about what's coming up here for you and the Stars and more of this district play. I'm having trouble finding my schedule. You got
Rockville at home Tuesday. I think Blackman Friday. I know Blackman Friday, but I think that's at home.
Let's see. I think
we might have very many homes scheduled. The way it's fell. This season has been fairly odd. You have to return home games to opponents and things of that nature. So, we'll welcome home games for Siegel Nation.
You've got a little home stretch, Rockville, Blackman, and then we start all over again. Rockville, Blackman, going through that stretch. So, and Tuesday night, we are going to be at your place to do the contest with Rockville, so looking forward to that. Rockville, you've already kind of alluded to them. They keep running in athlete after athlete. They've got legs all game.
Absolutely.
They've got three big post players that can come in and give good minutes. So it's challenging. It really is.
It's big boy basketball.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed watching your team last night. That was a really fun atmosphere at Oakland. When everybody you have rivals in district play. Everybody's a rival.
Hey, credit our students. They showed up. They did. Oakland students. I think I did hear them going a little bit back and forth. It was fun. That's awesome. That's a great high school environment.
Well, that's what it's all about, and I'm glad to see that kind of making a bit of a return. I mean, it's been down a little bit.
It has, and I necessarily couldn't.
I don't know why. Yeah. That was a fun night. Last night. Looking forward to seeing your team. You're down the road, coach. Always thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Brian. See you Tuesday.
Sounds good. Our Coach's Show brought to you by Tax Service, specializing in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Online at gregstaxservice.com.
Head over to J. Mullins Jewelry to check out their selection of rings, watches, custom design jewelry, and much more. They're a local business located at 352 West Northville Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro. They have gifts for all occasions, weddings,
welcome in to MTCS Cougar.
You can find it at J. Mullins Jewelry. That's at 352 West Northville Boulevard or online at mullinsjewelry.com.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
We fulfill all your tax preparation needs, from individual returns to corporations, and handle any of those scary letters you may get from the IRS.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
It's time to talk MTCS sports. It's Cougar Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro.
Presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life. Online at TOA.com.
We're joined by Middle Tennessee Christian School coaches to talk about their most recent games and their upcoming opponents. It's time to talk orange and white on MTCS Cougar Corner.
Welcome in to MTCS Cougar Corner, presented by TOA, or Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. They'll get you back in the game. And fully in the game, Greg Eubanks, the head coach of the MTCS Cougars. Coach, good morning to you.
Well, good morning. It's a beautiful day. It's still warm, but it's going to get cold soon.
Boy.
Bundle up next day.
Yeah, it is crazy how cold it is going to get. But
think about how much snow we had just last weekend. We shut everything down. And now we've had some days this week. I had a couple of kids down yesterday. So you playing golf? Today, because I'm at polo and khakis, and I said, no, I wish I was. Beautiful day for it. Not golf next week. Plus, I'm a little time freeze right now too.
Yep. I can imagine that is the case when you're deep into district play, and I don't think maybe some people who don't follow Division II quite as closely. I mean, you've been well into district play. I mean, you're getting toward the end here.
We have 8 games left. 6 district games left. We have 3 games. We play 3 district games this year before Christmas, which is it doesn't make sense to me. And I follow that we should play all our games because especially in our division and the schools that we have. We have most schools in our district. Anywhere from 200 to 400 students. So we're so dependent on football kids compared to like an Oak, North Riverdale. For the most part, just football kids, just basketball kids. So I barked up that tree for a while, and it's not going anywhere. Just can because we love our kids to play multiple sports. It makes it all tough to switch sports so quickly. Games that we're really trying to compete with stuff. But it is what it is, and it's a great opportunity to play, a great opportunity to do a lot of different things. I was thinking this morning about we have 2 kids who didn't play last year, the year before. One's junior, one's sophomore. But their baseball through process, Nate Vogel. And they're really good baseball players. I mean, Nate can really the baseball hard through process. Yet it sounds scary how the ball comes off his bat. Really good baseball players, and they wanted to play basketball this year. And I was thinking more how good it is to be exposed to different coaches, to put in situations, have learn new skills. And all honesty, there's not too much to do with not playing baseball. I really think it's going to benefit him baseball. And I really hope they have a great season when it comes around, a great summer season. But for them to do different things and be able to do that, that's the beauty of school, MTCS. That all our coaches work together and guys play different sports. And we really just kind of support each other and love each other. Talk about playing different sports. I'm watching my niece play volleyball. This morning I walked in the gym, and one of our cheerleaders in our cheerleader game last night at the academy, she's playing volleyball, also different team. And I just that's the MTCS spirit that you cheer on Friday night for your MTCS when you play volleyball Saturday morning. And so it's a special place where kids do a lot of different things. We're just great to be a part of it.
Greg Eubanks with us this morning. We're talking about MTCS boys basketball. And Coach, I know in terms of wins and losses, that hasn't necessarily been what you would like. But you are building a program, and this program right now is very extremely young. You've got a couple of eighth graders that are pretty much night in and night out, almost leading your basketball program at this point.
They are. Drake Tyler, Noah, two eighth graders who the D&J read a nice article about a week or so ago. Drake leading scorer. Noah is our second or third scorer most night, depending on the situation things. And they're both eighth graders. Drake just had a birthday this week. Happy birthday to him. They are being thrown into the heat of the battle and have responded remarkably well. Because it is sometimes when they're playing against 18-year-olds, sometimes 19-year-olds, kids, young men, right? We made a joke of somebody say that somebody's a fan child. They talk somebody's physically developed early and that kind of thing. We have child. And they are moving fast. And it's easy to be discouraged, but they are just very brilliant. And I said a lot to parents. They have fantastic parents who are so supportive of our program. And Dre gives us, he can play with anybody, and he can create a shot. He can make threes deep. And Noah is a little bit smaller than Dre. Man, he has heart of a lion. And he's a heart of a cougar. And he has a heart of a cougar, and he plays so hard, can anticipate so well. Last night we were at Columbia Academy, and they have guys. They have a 6-point guard. They have a 6'4" man. They have a 6'5" player. So we were severely undersized last night. And Noah just made fantastic plays, anticipating passes, and ability to get to the basket, score over people. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so proud of the way he developed. We're keeping a long perspective in this, and then how we can continue to develop those guys and continue to develop people around them. So those guys be in middle school and still be playing middle school ball, but they chose to play up. And I endorse it, agree with it, according to the parents, what's the best for them. That's what we always try to do with best players, best team. And so our middle school team is just 13-2 right now. And they have fantastic players that are also really young. We have fifth graders playing on our starting guard on our middle school team, and Derek Sixon is a fantastic athlete. And we just had some other kids in that middle school team. We had eighth grade early week, and we all eighth graders that we have, and those kids are developing and playing. And I'm sure you know about the James Hill tournament. Right. Been going on for a long time. And that's began last night. The full day of basketball today, full day of basketball on Monday, and over the next few weeks, every night, every weekend. And so Coach Piercy puts that together. Coach Snell, and they help in that tournament about 100 teams that come all over Tennessee to play in that tournament. And I say people drive 2.5 hours to come play a middle school tournament. It's a big deal. And they do a great job making middle school kids feel special. But last year, our middle team, Ray won it as seventh graders. They finished up in the division that they were in, and the kids have a chance to win it also, and we kind of expect them to. So they're playing good competition all the state. So those guys are doing freshman Marlo Nichols, who's learning in the fly, and then also the two baseball players, Drew and Nate, who don't have a lot of basketball experience. And so we were working on this little little parts of the game that make a difference between getting a feel and beat off feel, or working blocking out, and just piece trying to put together possession. Because we've had times this year that we've really good, and had times that. And then we've done some good things, and then we just have a 2 minute or 3 minute time period where we gain from it, and then we recover. Kids show tremendous resiliency and tremendous grit and grind. And we talked about that. We talked about that one day this past week. That when things aren't going the way you hope, things aren't winning games. What does that really mean? And we always compare it to the education business. So try to say, it's just like when you're get out in the world and you're trying to sell something, and you have a terrible day and you don't sell. You gotta wake next morning. You gotta go try to sell something. So there's that grind, that resiliency that these guys can do when it's 14, 15 years old. And it's going to serve them well. And that's trying to develop them in and trying to help them understand that life's not always fun, and it's not always funny, but develop work ethic that it can become a commitment that you have. That's the most important thing. So I'm really proud of the kids played last night. Because they continue to fight, and getting better. We ran some nice possessions last night. Got the shots going in. We didn't shoot very well in the first half. We were about 2 for 21 on 3 first half. So that put us down a little bit, but we ran some good offense, did some things, and it's just a matter of putting those together. So that's where we're at right now. So we've had some injuries. We had 4 guys out last night. Either started for us or regular started for us. One had concussion, and one had broken nose, and one had elbow. One of those guys Ray, the other guy Carl. Those are the top 2 scorers. So we knew the offense was going to be hard to Bob, but the guy played last night doing fantastic job, and we're just fighting until those guys come back. Really hope bring come back soon. So. We're dealing with illnesses. Coach this week had another kid call me last night. I'm going to get test morning. See if he already knows what kind of sick he has. Right. Just like I saw a saying one time, wash your hands, there's germs everywhere.
Boy, is that not true? Yeah, absolutely. There's so much sickness going around. Yeah. Coach, I did want to. I know we've kind of talked a lot about the youth movement that is at MTCS, and it takes a special kind of kid to be able to play up and have the confidence to compete with kids that are several years older, bigger, stronger, faster, and that kind of thing. So it sounds like this eighth grade duo that you got there, they're not afraid of being thrown into the lion's den.
They are not afraid at all, right? And they play their travel teams in the summertime. They're against great competition, playing against older kids, and the travel teams they play on. They practice against older kids, and so as they develop and get stronger and continue to work on their skills, they have a lot of this right now, but the future's bright. They're special kids. They work really hard. Sometimes people think, well, they're talented. No, they are talented, and they work really hard. So that's to everybody else. You got to get a gym. You got to work. You want to be really good at it.
Well, very exciting to see and know, and that has to make you feel good that the program is going in the right direction. You also have I think about senior Mac Harvey too, who has been there through all of this and is still there and out there playing for you.
Mac Harvey is he's a special young man, and a little story about Mac. I've known him for a long time, even before I became a coach at MTS, because he's the nephew of one of my best friends. And I played high school baseball with his father. And his father was a tremendous left-handed pitcher and first baseman. Played high school, won a state championship together his year, and I was a sophomore. And he went on to play in college, played in the Cleveland Indians organization. Actually, that why he was playing in Canton, Ohio, in his organization. And after he retired from baseball, he became a personal trainer and a bodybuilder. And about 7 years ago, he went from being a healthy man who was really epitome of health and developed a very rare type of disease and passed away. Really quickly. And probably don't know the exact age, type in his late 40s or so. He left behind two sons and a wife. And Mac would have been in middle school about the time his father passed away. And ever since that time, Mac has been a tremendous son to his mother, a tremendous brother to his other brother. And he's an example. And kids, we had homecoming activities delayed from Saturday to Tuesday because of the snow that we had last week. And Mac was chosen by the body as Mr. The homecoming king. All right. It's a testament to who he is. There's a lot of people that there's a kid, what the kids like around kids, what like adults. And Mac is the same person through and through. And he is so hard to develop his game. And he's one of the guys who's out now and hoping he'll be back in a week or two, or hopefully sooner than that. But he's been a steady rock and he's been a steady rock in this thing the last 3 years that I've been here. And he's just better and better. Was playing so well, averaging about 12, 13 game, and really shoots the ball well. And he's just a fighter. And he's a great thing. He's a tremendous artist. And actually, some of our sons last because you got to do a special college level art camp. And as much as I wanted to play last summer, he was doing what he needed to do. So I'm just so grateful that he's a part of my life. And I'm grateful for Shannon and Raymond, his mother and father, and the examples that they set. He's a tremendous kid. I'm so glad he got recognized by our student body, by our faculty this past week because he certainly deserves.
What a great story, and also that's a young man, Greg, that in 10 years is going to bring his young family, and he's going to be successful, and kids that go through adversity, and high school sports does a whole lot to help provide confidence and perseverance because the real world is pretty scary.
The real world, we talk about life's hard. Life's hard, and learn to accept that and know that it's hard. It gets easy, and we talk about hard things, and that's why when you don't feel like working out, we have a tremendous program with Jason Ray and Zach Willis. Tremendous program, but you have to show up, and you have to work in. And doing hard things allows you to do more hard things. That's more hard things, but it's the best way to live. It's a disciplined lifestyle and waking up when you don't want to. So we'll hit the ground running. Monday, we start practice at 7:30 because we have games all day. But practice early. I know it's teenager. They don't want to get up. We're going to hit the ground running. And we're going to be ready. We're going to play web on tonight. Fight like Lickens. Play as hard as we can. And let's see what the chips fall.
It's web on Tuesday at home, then Friday at USN, next Saturday at Tennessee Heat. So you've got three-game week for you next week, and lots of basketball to be had here in the next few. Greg, it's always fun to catch up with you. I appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Get too much high school sports. And let's go Cougs.
All right, very good. We're going to come back and take a look at a few scores around Cougar Land. When we come back on Cougar Corner, presented by TOA.
Middle Tennessee Christian School.
training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in
We're back on MTCS Cougar.
Find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Here's Dr. Russell McKissick with TOA.
We have a passion here for taking care of our athletes here in Rutherford County. We really do our best to take care of them.
Experts in joint, bones, and muscles.
Many years we've been taking care of athletes around here, and we've just picked up where Dr. John started, and we just keep going.
TOA has a playbook that gets you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. TOA, live your best life.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
People love to see us on the schedule when they have a home game because our fans show up.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
The way we travel is just phenomenal. Our parents and our community are fully engaged in our school. When we compete, we're trying to do it in a way that honors God. We want to win. We also want to do it in a way that pleases Him.
Providing Christian values and academic excellence in a nurturing environment. That's Middle Tennessee Christian School. Invest in the future of your child. Find out more at mtcscougars.org.
It's MTCS Cougar Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro.
Presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA, live your best life. Online at TOA.com.
On FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at wgnssports.com.
We're back on MTCS Cougar Corner. Let's talk about some of the contest from this past week. MTCSathletics.com is the place to go to catch up with all the information there. Let's go to Monday. The 5th and 6th grade girls basketball defeated Good Pastures 30-21. These are all basketball, unless I note otherwise. The 5th and 6th grade boys JV over Good Pastures 24-14, and the 5th and 6th grade boys fall to Good Pastures 32-27 in a close affair. It was Mount Juliet Christian Academy defeating the 5th and 6th grade girls 25-17 on Tuesday, and the varsity girls over Grace Christian 41-25 earlier in the week. Mount Juliet Christian Academy falls to the 5th and 6th grade boys 31-22, and it was Grace Christian defeating MTCS 77-53. Also, they had the last chance meet for middle school swimming this week, and the middle school JV girls over PCA 27-22. It was PCA JV middle school boys defeating MTCS 27-19. 36-20 PCA downs the middle school varsity, and the boys defeat PCA 40-34. In middle school play. They have, as Coach Eubanks mentioned, have had a great season so far this year. Middle school boys JV basketball over Columbia Academy 55-47. It was the 5th and 6th grade boys winner in the Hale Tournament first round over Hallam 63-14. The varsity girls fall to Columbia Academy last night 50-28, and the boys fall to Columbia Academy 71-48. So a lot of things upcoming. Of course, Coach mentioned the Hale Tournament going on, and it will be a blitz of basketball. I'll tell you where to find out more information about the James C. Hale Tournament. 51st annual James C. Hale Tournament that's going on. Let's see. We've got MTCS Swimming and High School County meets. Those are going on today, along with the middle school JV girls taking on PCA. That game in progress. And the boys will be playing here in just a bit as well. And the middle school varsity has Providence Christian Academy. The PCA Lions this afternoon as well. And that one is at PCA. All of those games at PCA, along with the girls' middle school varsity. The 5th and 6th grade teams, they're playing South Fentress coming up today. It's a busy day. And middle school varsity will take on PCA. That's at PCA. The middle school boys varsity continues. They'll play next on Monday, south side in the James C. Hale tournament. And the 5th and 6th grade boys also playing in that tournament. They'll play York at 11:30. All of this again at MTCS Cougars. MTCSathletics.com. MTCSathletics.com. We mentioned the schedule of the upcoming games. Webb will be coming in for varsity girls and boys basketball on Tuesday. Your next chance to see the high school teams before going on the road to University School of Nashville. Well, that is a look at the schedule, and again, MTCSathletics.com for that. And again, for the James C. Hale tournament. Where you'll want to go online for that is James C. Hale. You just do a Google search for it. That's how I was able to find information on the James C. Hale tournament. They're also on Twitter. JamesCHale.com is the website too, by the way. And on X, you can follow at James C. Hale, Haile. All right? So that is going to do it for our coverage here today. Would like to remind you that we have lots of basketball coming up today here on WGNS. It's the 100 Miles of Hate. It's Western Kentucky. That's right. Today at... Let's see. That is next week. Let me scroll back a little bit. Today at 1:30, the Lady Raiders at Western Kentucky. Joe Fisher will hit the airwaves at 1:30 with a 2 o'clock tip in that one. Then the men's game. That'll start about 5:30. That's a home game versus Western. 5:30 airtime with Chip Walters and the 6 o'clock tip. Next week, high school-wise, we'll have on Tuesday, Rockville at Siegel. On Friday, Blackman hosting the Rockville Rockets. Next Saturday morning is girls basketball coaches on the Prentice Also Heating and Air Coaches Corner and MTCS Cougar Corner. My thanks to all of the coaches who made their way in for conversation today. Also, my thanks to co-host Danny Brewer and, of course, John Dinkins. Our producer, Dalton Barrett. Have a wonderful Saturday, everybody. We'll see you right back here next time for another edition of Prentice Also Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro, and MTCS Cougar Corner.
Enough for you to retire on. So our game plan is, hey, when and if Judy can't work anymore, how is she going to survive if Sugar Daddy's not in the picture?
The other stream of income I have is that we're going to rent out the house for approximately $1,300 a month.
But that's not enough to live off of.
Would all that money go to you?
Yeah.
He wouldn't take a dime of it.
Well, as soon as I pay back some money that I borrowed from him.
Do you see how this gets messy and complicated? When you said, no, the house is in my name. And I went,
what's Team Judy going to do when she doesn't have the ball, you know?
I'll tell you right now, if Judy doesn't make some changes, Judy's going to have to find another sugar daddy. And I don't know how many of those are left, sweetheart, when you get to your age. You know what I mean? I mean, just keeping it real.
I don't want one. I don't want one.
Okay, great. So then how do we exist without a sugar daddy? The answer is more income. As George was taking you down the line.
Get your own savings in place, then you can begin investing, and all of that is going to take more income because you don't have a ton to throw at any of this right now.
Okay, so if I have $5,000 to $10,000 saved, then I can start investing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would say $10,000 minimum, and then you can begin investing. And we'll send you our investing guide. Go to RamseySolutions.com/guide. And we have a whole guide showing you the right way to invest, what to invest in. You don't need to be risky.
I got that. The mid cap, the large cap, and the small cap, and the international mutual.
Yeah, index and mutual funds and tax advantage accounts.
Money. You need to make some money and start taking care of Judy. If this guy wants to keep...
I lost some money twice. I mean, I had some money, but...
I know, Judy, but that doesn't matter.
the hurricanes.
I get it.
As I said, that cost $20,000